I'm a nobody, baby. Light me up, pour me up, I'm gone. Got me seeing genies in a bottle. Liquor got me feeling like a wrestler. Call me Santiago. Everyone listen when I speak. Don't know shit about shit, but I know ball.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to Two Nobodies with the Mic, episode 148. How's everyone doing out there? We are live on YouTube. We are live on Instagram. Guys, another beautiful afternoon. The calm before the storm. What we've all been waiting for. NFL, the King of Kings, is finally here tomorrow. And we are going to go through every single stinking freaking game. And we are going to give our opinions. And we don't talk some shit, man. But you guys know the rules. We only have one rule on this show. Eddie Money, let him know, man.
Don't be a loser, man.
Don't be a loser. We're going to talk lines. We're going to give lines. Speaking of lines, let's go. Introductions. Rafa with the Ray Lewis jersey. The one who knows all, sees all, the guru, the one that has the balls to give you his picks so you guys could either. I mean, no one ever thanks you, Rafa. They only give you shit when you don't get it right. That's how it pretty much
All
goes.
right. We're gonna get it wrong more than we're gonna get it right, but fuck it, we're gonna get at it anyways.
We're gonna shoot for 60%, bang. But how's life, Rafa? How's everything going? You getting out there, hitting the sticks?
Good, man. Good. We're playing some golf. Got the Ray Lewis jersey up, not only for the Ravens, but for the University of Miami. The motherfucking U.
Fucking you. There it is, man. Well, yeah, I was wrong about that. That was one of the worst game plans I've ever seen in my life. But we will get into that.
We gotta get way into those games.
Yeah, that was fucking crazy. In the center, the man behind the curtain. Actually, the curtain's not there anymore. But Eddie Money, executive producer. What up, man?
What's up?
Dude, is that a Cathedral High School hat? Is that a
No, this is a Chicago Cubs with a Pokemon.
Yeah. Is that
What the fuck is happening? Why is there purple, Eddie?
Yeah.
It looks cool this way because the Pokemon's purple.
Did Jacob sell that to you?
Yeah, Jacob put me on this brand. I don't even like Pokemon, but it just looked cool. And it's
You could have fooled me.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. These fucking kids, the younger they are, the fucking bigger dorks they are.
I
have a feeling that in high school we would have made fun of all these kids.
We did. Did we not?
Exactly. Fucking dork. Fuck, man.
Yeah, I think we did, Rafa. I was playing golf with this dude. Oh god, they're
fucking Michael Brown. I had a different environment. Eddie Money with the hat.
Yeah,
that hat is awful. Thank you, Mike.
Don't go too hard. I think that's Jacob's hat, or it's whatever.
Jacob showed me this company, so this is on your son.
Yeah, well.
No, he could have showed you a company. You decided to purchase the fucking hat, bro.
Jacob had a hat first.
I don't give a fuck. Jacob's not on screen fucking wearing it.
Guys, if you're on Instagram Live, can we get a thumbs up or thumbs down on Eddie Money's hat, whether he should continue to wear this hat during the show or not? Because it's distracting me. It's so bad.
This shit is awful, dude. Is that like a corduroy? Eddie, is that corduroy?
Yeah, it's corduroy.
Oh no. Wow. Oh what? No. It got worse.
It's corduroy right here too.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Let us know. Let us know if you approve of executive.
I got corduroy right here too.
Oh, bro.
No. You got an issue.
Yeah. What's the hate with corduroy hats?
Everything.
The corduroy pants are bad. To take it up to the hat is
corduroy pants are bad, but for the hats is dope.
It's almost the same shit.
Nah.
Bro, and the hat is the last thing you put on when you leave your house. So that is you made that decision.
Yeah.
What's up, Rick? Rick's in the house, Eddie.
What's up? What tricksters? Trick,
hey,
did you go?
B-Tap says as long as it's not a Dodgers hat.
Oh, there he goes. All right, B-Tap. Always getting those Dodger and Angel fan jabs in. But guys, thank you for joining us. We got a shit ton to talk about. But let's get into it right away. First segment of the day.
Hold on.
Dude McBob.
Who the
Who,
fuck is
Dude McBoob?
Dude McBoob. Oh yeah. Says, do you think that if the greatest athlete of all time, Bill Laimbeer, entered the NFL as a linebacker, that he would be the greatest linebacker of all time by the season, or would it take two?
Oh, too good.
That's very good, McBoob. Very good, Mr. McBoob.
Why do I feel like Dude McBoob is Rick Mahorn trolling Bill Laimbeer at this very moment?
Yeah. Is Bill Laimbeer still alive?
Well, don't say that, Eddie. Of course.
Why would he be dead?
I don't know, dude. I just haven't seen
WNBA in the beginning.
Yeah, I just haven't heard or seen of him in forever. Dude, Bill Laimbeer, hack, always was a hack. He couldn't even play left tackle. Dude could not move. He could barely get up and down the basketball court. Mr. McBoob, come on, man.
Mr. McBoob.
It's a great name, by the way.
Classic.
So, guys, let's get into our first segment. This is a participation trophy.
Said, of course, Laimbeer's alive. The world hasn't exploded yet.
I gotta know who this guy is. You better be from Detroit. But the first segment brought to you by Nomadic bags, travel gear, travel wear. Go give us the wide angle, Eddie Money. Show him the great gear. We worked on getting you a code for about 3 hours today. Kyle, I'm sorry, man. We're gonna get you that Nomadic code ASAP. It's just The problem is they're making us do all the paperwork in this, and I'm technically illiterate and challenged. But guys, you're fired. Brought to you by Nomadic, best gear on the planet, best travel gear, living life on the move. Thanks to you, Kyle. Thanks to you, Nomadic. This segment is you're fired or you're hired. This is something that you guys can participate. Let us know, Mr. McBoob, who you want to hire or who you want to fire, who you want to shout out, who you want to freaking give a thumbs down to. And we're going to talk about it, man. Who wants to go first with you're fired?
I'll go first. I want to hire and I want to fire.
I'm
going to hire my boy, my freshman from the University of Michigan, Bryce Underwood. Phenomenal opener.
Great game.
He's got a tough one this week on the road at Oklahoma, but Big Blue will prevail, and they will win that game. We'll get to that in a little bit. And my firing is a man who I have fired multiple times on this show, not because of anything other than his coaching ability or lack thereof, is Mr. Deion Sanders.
Ooh.
My God. I mean, he's an amazing recruiter. There is no doubt about it. Kids want to play for him. They love him. He's a great human being. I mean, you see what he does for some of these kids. You see how he's got them, doing the schoolwork, putting in the work in the classroom. There is no doubt about it. But his decision-making, when it comes down to it, is just bad. And listen, this is not the first time that this happens with the timeouts. I'm watching that game, and I'm literally thinking, does he think Salters is going to make the play that Shedeur made last year against Baylor to send the game to overtime and then win it? Dude, call a timeout. You had two. And it just didn't happen. And then he looked for any excuse after or whatever. That's on him. And Salters played a really well-played game, I thought, for kind of the talent that is around him. For you to not give him a chance at the end. Who knows? Maybe he doesn't score 38 seconds or 28 seconds, whatever it was, in two timeouts. It's not a ton of time, but let's give the kid a chance.
Yeah.
Let's give the kid a chance, Deion. And I think, for me, it's not the first time. It's not the second time. And it's not going to be the last time. It's just I go back to what happened at Colorado against UCLA. You remember watching that, Eddie? We were there. There was a minute left. They were down 9, no timeouts. There's no point in having Shedeur in. He has Shedeur in, and Latu's just chasing him around the fucking field in a game that's basically over back at your own 20-yard line. Like, those are just bad decisions that you're making for your team. And, who knows? Maybe he left Shedeur out there to prove a point. If Shedeur didn't need to prove any point to anybody, and especially not at that time in the game when the game was basically over and the kid's running for his life because the offensive line was god awful.
Yeah.
And then this decision here, listen, you might have not won the game, but you left with the timeouts in your pocket, and it was bad. It's bad for you to not give your team a chance, and that's what you did. You did not give them a chance there in that last 30 plus seconds.
Yeah, and he kind of fumbled one in the first half too, where he called one too late, I believe. He also did one in the first half. But listen, it's on him because if you know you are bad with time management, you got to put someone in the booth that specifically is your time management guy. You got to if you're too busy, which I don't understand why, because he's not an offensive coordinator or a defensive coordinator. Like that should be his fucking job, right? His fucking time management. Then you gotta put someone in charge of that to be, hey, in my ear, tell me to call a timeout here, or give me the analytics or whatever. So firing approved, Rafa. I think that's the 50th time you fired Dion.
And then let's read some of these firings in the comments real quick.
Yeah.
So Zach is gonna rehire Lee Corso for hitting all of his picks on his last game day.
Bro, that's wild, by the way, because that man
That's
hasn't done
sweet.
that since fucking late, great 1998. I'm sure. I'm sure. That was good for him.
Dude, be honest now, who got a little teary-eyed?
I didn't watch. I'll be honest.
Yeah, it was a little emotional, man. It was a little emotional, and he picked Florida State. Florida State pulled it out for him. But to go 6-0, yeah, good job. Great rehire of Lee Corso, Zach. What else? Who else do we have firing
We
people?
got Michael Brown. He said he's firing Kawhi Leonard and Steve Ballmer for their lack of details on some side cash.
Woo!
Yeah,
big,
very
big,
true. MB.
Very
true.
big. NBA is already investigating it.
Rick, spot on. This is such a
Rick.
great firing, Rick. This is so good, Rick.
Rick said, I wanted to fire you guys for thinking UCLA was going to beat Utah just because they have a QB now. Y'all sound like Raiders fans.
Oh man, that was a beat down. That was not good. I thought they were going to be better. It was, and I still don't know, and I still don't think we know if UCLA is going to be garbage or Utah, who's not supposed to be very good this year. I don't know why, because what's it, Willingham or whatever his name is. He's a great coach.
Yeah, but this is not one of those teams. This is not one of those teams that we've expected, that we've seen from Utah, where they start off the season in the top 10 or 15. This is one of those teams that people thought, it's Utah. Maybe they can get back to an 8-4, maybe surprise somebody at 9-3. But you go in there and you absolutely whoop these guys. And I talked about it earlier with CJ, and I said, and listen, I know everybody loves Nico, and he looked good last year. When you're supposedly this good, and you go to a school, right, where you're going to a school where maybe the talent around you isn't that good, but you were playing at home against a team that people project to win 7, maybe 8 games, and you looked this bad, could it be that maybe you weren't that good? Could it be?
I mean, listen, he had Tennessee. Tennessee was very talented, bunch of first-rounders, right? I mean, defense, offense, very talented, but he looked good. I want to give it some time because like I said, I'm not sure if Utah he's just coaching them up, or UCLA just shit the bed, man. I watched the whole game. I watched
Me too. It was disgusting to watch. I can't believe it, dude. I think I went to bed and there was blood like under my eyes.
Yeah, I watched.
And it was brutal to watch.
I watched the whole entire thing. I'm not sure why I did that to myself. Who else?
We also got B-Tap in Instagram. He said, fire Bill Belichick. He's not shit without Brady.
Woo! I mean, that's a valid fire.
Early, but it's very valid.
But here's the thing with that, right? Is that 70 new players, 40 of them transfers, 30 of them freshmen, and the transfers were guys disgruntled, looking or coming from a very, very small program. They didn't pull any superstars. The best players they got were probably from Washington, and that's because, his son, came from Washington and got some players. That team doesn't look talented at all. But that being said, tackling, he's supposed to be the Mr. Fundamental, right? Tackling, turnovers, man, that stadium was rocking. The vibe felt like a SEC game. That first 10 minutes, and then wow, what a thrashing and what an embarrassment. And I watched that whole thing too. I watched every single down. Also made my eyes bleed. But what are you gonna do, man? What are you gonna do?
Dude McBoob is hilarious.
You said, why is the bald guy storing cigar butts on his Roomba, which evidently has a Campbell soup can color theme?
What? Oh,
Well, actually, Dude McBoob, this is my second cigar as I filmed a previous podcast right before starting this one. So this is my second cigar of the day. That one I just finished. And if you stay on long enough, you'll see me light another. just so you know.
I'm sure he can't wait.
By the way, he also said, because Zach told him, email the rest of the story, Dude McBoob. He said, you'll have to pay for the book, along with my porn DVD, just like everyone else.
Oh, Jesus.
His hiring was he hires Jim Harbaugh, Tom Brady, Bill Laimbeer, Rick Mahorn, Gordie Howe, Bob Probert, Chet Lemon, Michael Cabrera, Joey Mars, and Glenn Rice. We win the Super Bowl and dominate the world.
You forgot Eminem. That's the only fucking Detroit guy you fucking forgot.
That's head coach.
Yeah. So.
And then Zach fires Jay for drafting a defense in the 8th round of our fantasy football draft.
That's not a shocker.
Very valid.
And
I finished my draft yesterday through the waiver wire.
he probably took the Raiders defense.
It was Philly. It was Philly's defense. I remember. I think.
Well, we're gonna get into that game too.
Yeah.
What do you got?
I got a firing and a hiring, Eddie. So if you want to go first.
No. Okay, I'm just gonna fire someone really quick. I'm actually gonna fire NFL Red Zone. NFL Red Zone is now going to have commercials. The one thing that was revolutionary and different, and the reason we tuned in, they're now having commercials on NFL Red Zone with 16 games going at one time. How or when? I mean, I'm going to be pissed off, man, if I don't see a first down. And the sad part is that the guy Scott Hansen, they're putting him out to do like this whole press thing, and he's trying to explain, I'm not in charge of the Bills. I'm sorry, guys. Like, they're throwing him out there to get his head cut off and explain why they're having commercials. It's already bad enough. We have, 6 different streaming services that you have to pay for to watch every NFL game. But now you're taking the one cool thing away from the Red Zone and you're implementing commercials. That is a firing. And Scott, I'm sorry they're putting you through this shit and making you explain why. We're paying for it. That means there's not supposed to be commercials. If we're paying for the service, if I'm watching Netflix, I'm watching Happy Gilmore 2, I don't want to be interrupted by commercials. I'm paying for the service. I mean, fuck, man. Someone said, there should be something where they get all these streaming services together, put it under one sort of umbrella so we could watch it all. And I'm thinking, yeah, that's right. That was fucking cable. It's like we're doing a big fucking circle again. It's just getting out of control. And and NFL, it's like, I don't know, $600. That's just for that. And that still doesn't include Apple and all the other shit, YouTube TV, all the other shit that you need. It's just it's upsetting. I'm pissed off about it, man. I'm pissed off. Firing NFL Red Zone. That's what I got. That's all I got, Eddie Money.
That was my firing. So
good
one.
All right. Well, who are you hiring then?
before I get my hiring, one hand leaders in the chat saying Rafa looks more and more like Andrew Tate each week.
What's going on here, bro?
What up, Will?
We got Michelle in here. Rafa
Hey!
also Zach is also saying Rafa looks different this week. What happened?
I don't get it.
It's the shoulder pads in the shirt.
Is that what it is?
I don't know. It sort of looks like you have shoulder
It's
pads
the,
in your
it's the size large last week.
shirt.
Zach said he was black last week. That's why.
Oh,
my
okay.
God. I had a lot
Yes.
more sun last week, guys.
Yes.
All right,
Well,
but I got a hiring, NFL related as well. I'm hiring the NFL for these uniform customizations doing. So only players that get their like logo in the middle of their chest, it's going to be gold for only people that won awards last year. So the MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year, and Defensive Rookie of the Year. Those are the only 5 players that will have a golden NFL logo on their jersey. I think that's pretty cool. That's my hiring.
That's pretty cool. I always love the Man of the Year. If you have that Man of the Year patch,
Yeah, that was cool too.
that's pretty dope. That's a pretty big honor there. So yeah, I'm with that. I'm with that.
Dude McBoob with a good question. This is my first time seeing the 2 nobodies thing. I have to ask which one of you isn't a nobody, since there are 3 of you.
Well, yeah, that would be. Yeah,
That's
go ahead,
me.
Eddie.
I am the dude behind the screen. I don't put my face out there. Eddie and Rafa take charge, so they are the nobodies. I'm
Yeah,
just
when
a
we
hidden.
initially started, we filmed it at Eddie's house, so there was only we were so big that there was only literally room for 2 of us, and we barely fit there. So
Yes.
now we've shrunk, and we've been able to add Eddie Money onto the screen.
Yes.
So by the way, I cleaned my fucking Roomba so you can see
Your
that.
Campbell soup Roomba.
So you can see that it's an ashtray. I got that taken care of for you. Let's get to some good shit.
McBoob asked, does each one of you feel like you're the one non-nobody, or you 2 all agree which is the nobody?
We are all
Yeah.
nobodies on this
Yeah.
show.
Yeah. So I mean, dude, Mr. McBoob, if you will. Yes. Listen, you're on the show. You can talk your shit, but when it comes down to it, you're arguing with 2 nobodies. So the joke's on you. So that's the whole point of the whole 2 nobodies. But that is You're Fired, brought to you by
Eddie,
Nomadic.
Matthew Rocha jumped in. He said, "Did I miss the firings? We know who you're firing, Matt. You were
Yes.
at the game. You sent us 72,000 pictures, but I
Yes.
didn't get the picture of you crying at the end. I needed that picture."
Well, he left at halftime. It was bad. It was bad, Matt. We already fired Bill and the girlfriend. We fired everyone. Gio Lopez. We fired everyone involved. Freddie Kitchens. They all got canned. And you know, to your credit, Rafa, Michael Jordan, Randy Moss, Lawrence Taylor, they were up. They were up in the skybox, not on the sidelines. Thank God. Because
Yeah, no, Bill wasn't having that. But I don't, dude. After losing that game, how many guys are making this travel down there to watch some of these guys again?
Yeah. Listen, it couldn't get any worse, right? It can't get any worse. TCU, Sonny Dyke said they felt disrespected, and they came out, ran the ball down UNC's throats, did whatever they freaking wanted, and Gio Lopez does not seem to be that dude. I don't know what his status is for next week, but I said from the beginning, my son's neighbor is Max Johnson. He actually came in. He, moved the ball down the field. I hope, that's more of Bill's type of quarterback anyways. So let's hope that plays out and Max wins that
Dang,
job.
Rick Flores said UNC might be his new Colorado.
Wow, Rick, that's great. The comment before that, dude McBoob is on fire tonight, by the way.
What do we got, dude?
Fun fact.
Go ahead, Eddie Money.
Fun fact, the amount that North Carolina lost by on Monday is almost the same difference in ages between Belichick and his girlfriend. Oh, how low to touch those old balls. Yuck.
Yeah. Someone was arguing. I forget who I was arguing with. It's like he's disgusting. I'm like, she's disgusting.
Yeah, she's the idiot.
She's to him, that's human nature. He's his man boobs, he's old saggy. If this young woman wants to give him attention and love, he'd be an idiot not to take it. She's the one who's being disgusting, if anything. So hire Bill for that.
Great fun fact, by the way, McBoob.
Yeah, I did see that as well. But let's get into a recap, a quick recap of last week.
For the recap, BTAP in Instagram chat said, Eddie owes me a pie to the face for last season's Dodger bet. Let's start this shit off with a bang, LOL.
What was that?
What was the Dodger bet?
I don't know.
I must have
have him bring that up before, but let's get Eddie's trying to get to this recap. Let's get to the nitty gritty. Let's recap some of these games. What are we starting with, Eddie Money?
All right, so first, you guys want to do NFL or college first?
No, let's recap the college. We haven't had any NFL games.
All right. So obviously, main one, Texas, Ohio State. Everybody was making fun of Arch Manning all day on Twitter. It was pretty fucking funny. It was so hilarious. But people are wondering, is Arch Manning too overhyped, or did Ohio State just play exceptionally well against him?
Can listen? I want to ask Eddie this because Eddie and I have kind of I respect Eddie's opinion on football. Unlike Eddie's opinion is the only opinion I respect when I'm speaking to people about football in our entire group chat. That is 1,000%. Fucking Michael Brown, Richard Dice, fucking Jay, Zach. Eddie's opinion is the only one I will ever respect. Eddie, in that game, they've only talked about Ohio State's defense. Can we talk? Was Texas's defense also not exceptional?
Oh, it was great.
Can we give them some credit as well? Because that's all we've heard all week is Ohio State's defense, how good they were. I feel like we should give Texas' defense a little praise. Yes, they lost the game, not Texas' defense's fault.
No, I mean, Julian Sain, I think he threw for 140 yards, something like that. And that offense is, I mean, supremely talented. There's guys all over the field. Texas defense, those are the two best defenses in the country, hands down. And it was a tough ask. Rafa, you said it. No matter what he did, Arch, that is, he was not going to live up to the hype. But people, we are the ones that hyped up Arch Manning. It's not a Johnny Manziel. It's not a Shedeur Sanders, watch thing. The kid has continually said, I haven't done anything. It's the media and the people that have hyped up Arch Manning. And this is why I say he is fine. First of all, he has 3 or 4 of the best mentors on the planet. The Mannings have more money than God. This is a process. This is going to be a process for Arch. He's going to get better. A couple stats, he was mobile. I think he ran for like 38 yards, 10 carries, 38 yards. But his big thing is that he was throwing off center. His footwork was bad, like a CJ Stroud. He had 11 off-target throws. That's a stat now. 11. Some at the feet, some, over guys' heads, some thrown behind. That is a lot of accuracy issues. He also had some really nice throws. So you see the potential there. This could be the championship. This could be the semifinal coming down. And just like Oregon, Ohio State, early in the year last year, we could see a changing of the tides. But I know Rafa thinks that Sark went a little too conservative. I felt like both teams were being very conservative. Like
I think so, 100%.
Yeah, and as they should. Their defenses are great. Don't turn the ball over. Play the field position game, and wait till someone makes a mistake. And that's what happened.
I listen, I'm not going to give all of the blame to Sark, and I'm not going to give all of the blame to Arch either, right? Yeah. Listen, the play on the second drive of the first drive of the game on 4th down, they run it into the fucking teeth of the defense. The play on 4th and goal where Arch actually missed an open receiver, I think it was on 3rd down, where he actually rolled to that right and threw it to the guy underneath when he had a guy, about a yard to the left, wide open in the end zone. He missed that, and then they try and sneak it from a yard and a half. I know Arch is big. Dude, that's the best defensive line in the country. You're going to run right into them there. That was a bad decision on Sark's part. Arch made mistakes. Yes. Sark should have prepared them better because you went into Columbus, Ohio. You didn't go in. You weren't facing a weak Oklahoma team or an Ole Miss team. You're facing the team that has as much talent, if not more talent than you. Is the only other team more talented than you was the one you were facing on the road. And I think Sark didn't do a good enough job to get his guys ready. At least game plan wise, I didn't feel like
it was
situations where you were forcing him to throw the ball. And to me, I both coaches I felt were a little too cautious, right? Like for me, on Ohio State's offense, Jeremiah Smith is the best player. Get him the ball any which way possible. Throw him a wide receiver. I'm not talking about force it down the field 10, 12 yards because those corners are you're basically best on best at every fucking position. Left tackle, defensive end, wide receiver, corner. It's basically best on best almost every time. Well, you had the best receiver and he's lined up. Guys are giving him 5-7 yards. Give him a screen. Maybe get him involved early. And with Texas, for me, with Arch, he's your best player on offense, I believe, right? So for me, I'd rather have him on 2nd and 8, dropping back to see if he can find something. If not, he can make a play with his legs. I don't want you to give it to a back that's running into the best defensive line and maybe the best front seven in college football, at least probably the best front seven money can buy. And then you're pinning this guy on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, where he's got to make a play on the road against the reigning national champ. That's what I didn't like about it. And then when you needed him late, it's like to me, I don't think he was in rhythm enough and you didn't give him a chance to get into rhythm because you gave him passing downs where it's 3rd and on the longer side, 6, 7, 8, instead of 3rd and 3, where he can maybe make a play with his feet, etc. So, and then this is the thing with Arch, Eddie, that you were alluding to, which you're spot on, right? That we gave Arch that status, right? The media, not us, we're just a couple of fucking idiots, but the media has given him that Heisman favorite, yada, yada, yada. And we're just kind of, we're agreeing with it because of what we saw. This week, they're going to play San Jose State. He's probably going to go off, right? But it doesn't matter because he played bad last week. So all of the Arch haters like Zach, who's in this fucking chat right now, this guy can throw for 7 touchdowns this week and run for 100 yards and run for a fucking another touchdown, have 8 total touchdowns. He's not going to do it probably, but he could. And Zach will say, well, it's San Jose State. Nobody gives a fuck. So it's like for him, with the public, it feels like it's a lose-lose for the kid at this point until he goes and beats somebody good.
Last thing on this game, and this is the difference now with the playoff, right, is that before the playoff, this was a must-win game. If you really think about it, right, these guys were only going to switch 1 or 2 spots either way, as long as it wasn't a blowout. I'm wondering if that was in play with the conservative calling on both sides. With the playoffs, both of these teams could afford to lose this game and still make it to the national championship, which is different in past years without the playoff. So that's just the last thing I wanted to mention, with that game. Let me move forward to this, though. A game that was the complete opposite, in my opinion. Clemson, LSU. I loved the play calling. I thought LSU and Garrett Nussmeier, they were creative in many different aspects. Even Clemson, I thought, was creative. And although it wasn't high scoring, it just felt way different than the Texas-Ohio State game. It had some excitement to it. And if you guys didn't see, there was a press conference, and Dabo Swinney came out and gave a thing. He's like, listen, Dabo's quote was, it was like having a final exam on your first day of school. And he goes, and we got a 58, and they got a 65. And sort of an analogy, but then they told Brian Kelly that in his press conference, and he's like, man, he's a really tough grader, or he didn't see the second half. We dominated them in the second half.
Absolutely.
And they did. They dominated them, shut them out, scored 2 touchdowns. So it was kind of cool. I'm not a fan at all of Brian Kelly, but it was nice to see some smack being thrown that way. And props to Garrett Nussmeier and that offensive coordinator. I thought they were very creative, and that's a big win for LSU. That puts them, in the thick of things right there. And I'll ask you about your thoughts, but I'll say this: out of Lenoris Sellers, out of Arch, out of who else? What other quarterbacks? Klubnik. I thought Nussmeier looked the best out of all of them. His numbers were actually
his odds jumped the highest out of all.
Well, him and Cade are now the top 2 for Heisman voting, right, as of week 1. But granted, listen, Nussmeier threw 1 touchdown. It was on the road against Clemson. Fine. Like they just gave him, he's now favored to win the Heisman. He at least has the lowest odds at like 13-2 or whatever. Yeah. And Cade's right behind him as well at 13-2. I thought for me, Lenoris didn't play as good as he should have played against that team. Yeah. I thought accounting for 2 touchdowns and not passing for 200 yards. I don't think he threw for 200 yards.
He threw for 209. He threw for 209.
So he could have done better.
Yeah.
But there's a couple of guys that threw their hats in the ring right away. It's early, obviously, and we're gonna do this every fucking week. Where we're just gonna, because we did it last year with Genty, because CJ and Eddie Money's dumbass fucking started right away off of week 1. So we're gonna do it, and our candidates will probably actually be better than fucking Genty.
Yeah.
But look,
hey, he was second. He was second in voting. We were there.
He sucked.
Well, let me give you
Haynes King.
Yeah. Oh, hey, dude.
The man ran for 159 yards and 3 touchdowns as a quarterback.
Ooh, the whitest black quarterback in college football
on the planet. How about Carson Beck? Ed, 2 touchdowns, played well.
Carson Beck looked good, man. He looked good. How about Bryce Underwood? 21 to 31, 251 yards. 1 touchdown. But Klubnik was 19 of 38, Rafa, 50%. And he was very close to making some stupid plays, and lucky he didn't turn the ball over. Nussmeier was 28 of 38 with 1 touchdown.
Nussmeier was a lot more efficient in the game. For sure, he was a lot more efficient. I don't see how Cade is instantly second in Heisman voting after 1 week when he had a turnover. They weren't, they had plenty of opportunity up 10-3, and they had a possession where they could have maybe, extended that lead to 13-3 or 17-3 or whatever, and they didn't do it. And they didn't score after that, actually, and that's what kind of cost them the game, by the way.
No, but it's going to be interesting to see. Norris looks like we said it, he looked a little Camish, looks strong. I mean, he's getting pulled down. He looked sacked a couple times. Not only is he not getting sacked, he's rolling out and then, beating guys to the corner with angles. He's big, he's fast, he's strong with an arm. If this and here's the big thing, Rafa. This kid is 20 years old. Nussmeier, 24. This kid is a baby. So, I mean, I hope they don't rush him, but 100% he's coming out. But this kid is a baby. He should go somewhere and sit for a year because this kid is going to be a monster.
Yeah, it feels very Cam-like. And with his schedule, if he's able to win somehow 10 games and play well, he's definitely, because they have a brutal schedule, that stretch where they have like 7 crazy games or whatever, 6 crazy games. He could very well be on his way to getting back in that top of the Heisman charts.
Go Cox.
By the way, Matt asked, does Texas win that game if it was at home?
I mean, possibly. I mean, going into the shoe, I've been into the shoe. I've walked in the shoe. It was covered in snow. It's a daunting thing. No one was in it, but it's a vibe. I mean, Ohio State, right? You have Heisman trophies, national championships. Woody, what was his name? Coach Woody. I mean, there's a lot of history there, man. And Columbus is a thing. It's more of a thing than going into Texas. That there's tradition.
Oh, for sure.
There's tradition in the shoe. So I mean, I feel that 100% we're gonna see this showdown later down the road, and Coach Day said we barely opened up the playbook for saying, like, we were very conservative, and he's gonna get better, and they're gonna let him do some more stuff going down the road as well. So they're both going to be different teams in 8 weeks. So I hope we see the matchup again. Any other college? Miami, Notre Dame.
Yeah, Notre Dame. Listen, I know Miami's offensive line, Eddie. Tell me that has to be one of the best offensive lines in the country. That right side, you see that right side?
And monsters.
Dude, that right side, 2 Ozempic nobodies. Too good. What's up, Zero Cool?
What up, Zero Cool, man? Look at that.
We're not lying.
Yeah, neither are you.
Lying. No, hey, that right side of Miami is fucking huge, and they moved Notre Dame almost at will, Ed.
Notre Dame never looks small on either front. Why they didn't, I got in an argument with Ray Corrales. I'm like, you guys, Notre Dame came out and in the first 7 plays passed the ball 6 times
with the best running backs in college football.
And you have a freshman freaking quarterback and CJ Carr who played well. You got so lucky. Carr played well. You just made him do too much. I didn't get it. And
I didn't either. I thought you were going to see a lot more of Love, a lot more of Love, and you didn't get it early. And Miami's defense actually played well. They were able to run the ball on offense. Carson Beck, how about that catch? I mean, listen, you can put that catch with Odell. This might have been a better catch. This might have been a better catch. I don't know.
I hate Odell's catch.
I'm not a fan of it either. This catch was phenomenal. Had a safety over the top. I don't like Odell's catch.
What the fuck? He caught it with 3 fingers.
I feel like we see it all the time.
Yeah.
Because it's one of the best catches of all time.
No.
No.
All the time from other players.
We just saw it in college. Okay. We saw one that was better this week in college. There's one.
There's no doubt about it that catch from the kid from Miami with between 2 guys with the corner bringing him down with the safety over the top. And he goes up there was a phenomenal fucking catch.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
And Matthew says field goal game, Notre Dame can still make the playoffs. 100% they can still make the playoffs. They play A&M next week. I think that's next week where they play A&M. And then after that, they have USC and I think fucking Boise, who looked awful. Notre Dame can definitely make the playoff. There's no doubt they can definitely make the playoff. But for you to come in there on the road as a 3-point favorite and look that bad, because that game was what, 24-10 or what was the score at one point? It was, whatever it was. It didn't feel like Notre Dame was in the game, and then you kind of, or 24-14, and you kind of felt like, okay, Freeman's a better coach than Chris Ball. Chris Ball's just going to fucking give this game away. Carson Beck in that offense was able to make a play and lead a drive to get a touchdown, to get a field goal.
We did. There was that scary moment. It did feel like that. And by the way, Notre Dame, if they were ever in doubt of joining a conference, they never will join a conference because of the playoff. They're going to make it every year. They're already talking about not playing SC anymore. So, I mean, they don't play Michigan anymore. Notre Dame, Michigan used to be huge early every year. So Notre Dame has it made. They have their own network, right? They have NBC. They have the easiest road to a playoff because they make their own schedule. Notre Dame, for here on out, but that's why I said it, they will always be in the college playoff. I mean, they lost to freaking Southern Illinois last year. and made the playoff and made the national championship. So yeah, Notre Dame will always make the playoff from here on out because of the way the system is set up and the advantage that they have.
So Zach's commented 100 fucking times. So let's get into this game. Notre Dame.
He's making sure his SEC hate does not get skipped, and I respect
Yeah,
it.
no, we won't skip it. And I was talking about this earlier. To me, I'll tell you because you know how I felt about Kellen DeBoer last year, and I told you when Alabama signed him that was not the right coach. That job is too much for him. Okay, I said that last year. I'm going to tell you what I feel like Alabama is to me right now. To me, when I look at Alabama, I this is my opinion how I see them. I view Alabama right now like I viewed Arkansas when Nick Saban was coaching Alabama, like just another fucking middle of the pack SEC. I'm putting them there.
That's rough.
I'm telling you, I don't see it, and it wouldn't shock me if fucking Ryan Williams does what was the kid from USC, Bear Bryant, did last year. Like after 4 or 5 weeks, he said, "Fucking, I'm transferring." It wouldn't surprise me if Ryan Williams somehow pulled that number because they have a tough game in a couple weeks that they might lose.
So Alabama dropped to 17 or to 20 to 21. They haven't been that low in 17 seasons, Rafa.
They're awful.
It's the mistakes. This was just never going to work out. To me, I said it. What I'll get into, Zach. I mean, what do you want us to say? Florida State looked good. They ran the ball, played great defense. Alabama made mistakes. It's definitely not a Saban team. Not only did Alabama not make mistakes, but all over social media, there's instances where guys are dogging it. They're not giving effort. Something that Kellen DeBoer doesn't put the fear of God into you, right? Like you're at Alabama. There's many stories of Nick Saban going down the hallway and not knowing a 5-star recruit's name because Nick Saban never kissed your ass. He's like, his thing was, you want to get ready for the NFL? I'll get you ready for the NFL. You want to compete? You want to play with the best? You might wait 2 years, but guess what? You're going to be playing behind a first-round pick, and you're going to be playing against a first-round pick in practice on the other side of the ball. Kellen DeBoer doesn't have that. He doesn't have that gravitas. He doesn't have that aura. What I want to ask you, Rafa, is like, this is not going to work out. I think we all can agree this is not going to work out. He might get fired before the end of the season. I mean, they got fucking beat by fucking Vanderbilt last year. And a 5'9" quarterback wrestling state champion from New Mexico. But my question to you, Rafa, is this. There's only, in my opinion, maybe 3 guys that can take this job. And I'll tell you who I think they are. And one of them's not going to leave, and that's Sarkisian, right? Because Texas has more money than Alabama. So why would you leave? The other 2, and I'm curious on your opinion, and I thought about this for 2 or 3 days. I like Lane Kiffin. It could be great and it could be horrible. The other one, and I'm curious to see if you agree on this one, as I feel like John Gruden could go into Alabama and do something. I'm curious to see if you guys out there on YouTube and have any other opinions. I was trying to think of guys. Who else you think could take this monumental? This is Duke basketball. This is Michigan.
This is North Carolina basketball. This is Kentucky basketball.
Yeah,
Duke basketball. This is no doubt about it. Dude McBoo, by the way, you are right. Jim Harbaugh and Michigan did end Saban's career. For me, Eddie, I think when you're in the SEC, and we've always, when you looked at the SEC before, it was always defense and hard-nosed fucking, hitting, right? And playing defense. And Saban's defenses were always very good because his quarterbacks weren't very good until you got to Jalen Hurts and Tua that were actual NFL fucking quarterbacks and Bryce Young. But A.J. McCarron and Craig McElroy, not very good, right? but they played defense and they had stout defenses and they had really good receivers and amazing fucking running backs. This team doesn't have any of that. And who has superstar defensive tackles come out of his university year after year after year? And I think his time is kind of fading at Clemson. I think if I'm Alabama and if I'm Nick Saban and I help out Alabama and I go and I get Dabo and I bring in Dabo, I take Dabo from Clemson and I bring him in, and you will get all the defensive tackles and defensive ends that he's getting at Clemson, and you'll go back to that hard-nosed football at Alabama, and you're going to be able to recruit a little bit, and I'm not saying a lot better because Clemson is great in their own right, but like you said, it's still Alabama. It's Duke, North Carolina basketball, Kentucky basketball. It is that. It is what USC football used to be. What what Miami football used to be. That's what it is. So I would for me it would have to be Dabo. I don't want John Gruden. I don't want an NFL guy who doesn't know how to recruit and doesn't understand the system. And you're going to see in Bill Belichick out there looking like Joe Biden at halftime. That fuck was wandering around like, am I supposed to do an interview? What am I doing? He just looked lost. Like, I just want ice cream is what he looked like at halftime. So for me, I think Alabama. I think they fired. I'm with you. I think I don't think he gets past week 8 or 9 if they keep struggling.
I think 8 or 9, and I think that's a great call. I forgot Dabo's an alum. My buddy Mark McMillan, who won a national champion, ex-teammate. Dabo was there with Mark and Dabo
can get players, and he can get players, and he can get big physical players.
He's a great recruiter,
and he would be great at Alabama. And then you'd have arguably, I don't know, all 4 of the 5 best coaches in college football all sitting in one conference.
Give them Lincoln Riley. Let's go back to, I saw I'm a SC fan, but the delusion is it's just wild to think that everything is fixed. They played a Missouri directional school, and they blew them out. Of course they did good.
Specialty, Eddie. This is his specialty. The San Jose State, the Rice of this is his specialty. I'm gonna put up 40-50 against
73.
No. But I know it was a lot. It was a lot. But this is a Lincoln Riley specialty. I'm going to do this against these guys, but when it gets to the Utahs back in the Pac-12, when it gets to the Utah, when I get to this, when I get to that, can he get it done? We've been doing this show for what, 3 seasons, 4 seasons now since Lincoln Riley was hired. And what did I tell you from the beginning?
Overrated.
He's not overrated. He's overrated. He's to me and always will be a Big 12 coach. He can coach offense. The man can't coach defense for shit. So we'll see. I want SC to be good because I like to hate good teams, but they're not good. So I can't even hate them. I hate the fans still, most of the Cholos and shit, but
Well, let me tell you, I'll tell you, September 27th, Brett Bielema and the 11th ranked Fighting Illini, SC has to go to Chicago and play a very stout and Big Ten. We all know Brett Bielema's teams: Wisconsin, Arkansas, and Illinois. They pound the ball, play good defense. That will be SC's test when they go to Illinois on September 27th, and then SC fans, and then you can start feeling good or bad about how the Trojans will be. But until then, to slow your roll, pump the brakes, and nothing.
We got to pump the brakes on Illinois a little bit. They're ranked in the top 12. Yes, they're only favored by 3 this week on the road at Duke. So I mean, Illinois got a somehow a tough game at Duke this weekend.
Oh no, that's a tough day. That's a tough game. But look at the players. You had first round picks. You had first round defensive tackle come out of Illinois. You had first round corner and safety coming out of Illinois. He's developing. He develops players. By the way, like half or 11 of his coaches actually played under him. So Brett Bielema, man, he's underrated, dude. He is this fucking underrated, great coach. He's fixed programs everywhere he's gone. He's made Arkansas better. He made Wisconsin better. And now he's put Illinois in The top 12, it's pretty good, man. What are you laughing at?
Well, he said,
Some of these comments.
Dude McBoob said, I heard the guy on the left was third runner-up for Pedro Pascal look-alike contest. Can anyone confirm? You know who that is, right?
Yes, I do. I've
Yeah.
never been called him, but I'd like to party with him. Looks like a good time.
Oh, yeah.
Rick
Zach
Flores
said
says,
James Franklin to Bama. He's not Bama. You can't beat Ohio State or fucking or
No.
Penn State. You're not
What is
Bama.
he gonna do? No.
He'll lose to Ole Miss or Auburn every fucking year.
No. Yeah. That's not there yet. We're not there yet. We're not there yet for James Franklin.
we good on
Yeah,
I'll
I
recap.
think we nailed college football. Let's get into some games coming up before we hit NFL. I know we got some good ones: Oklahoma, Michigan, Illinois, Duke.
Yeah. Let's hop into it. Started off, Rafa just mentioned it. Illinois is ranked number 11 in the AP Top 25 right now, only favored by 3 on the road going into Duke, over under 49.5.
This is one of those games where the public they get excited with that 11 or 12 ranking, and they're going to run to the window and just put money down on Illinois, and they could get shocked. This could be a big. If Duke wins this game, this would be a big win for Vegas, I believe, because the fans, the public, they love to look at this. Oh, they're ranked at number 11, and they're a 3-point favorite. So it's like, to me, I think it's a tough game. I think it's a big weekend for the ACC this weekend.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why, because they have some games. They have Boston College that's going into Michigan State, and that line is moved from 3 to 4.5. And then this game for the ACC with Duke. Like, there's games that for the ACC, they can be set up the bottom of it, right? Like the middle of the pack teams, the Boston College, the Duke, the NC State, like those teams there, if they can pick up these victories this weekend, it can only help the resumes going forward. Because, a win against Illinois for Duke, and then, Duke, I don't know what their schedule's like, but imagine if they end up beating if they got a Miami team or whatever, they beat them. Now you have 2 ranked victories. This is a big weekend for the ACC with their out of conference games, and they're really good, and they're going to be really good to watch. As the Big 12 has a big weekend as well, with some games against the Big 10 and the ACC. So the other ACC game as well is SMU, who's hosting Baylor.
Mm-hmm.
This game, to me, I look at Illinois and I look at Indiana. To me, it's the same shit. Like, I cannot believe, just like last year, and I said it with fucking Indiana, I can't believe that they're good. Like,
They have a good quarterback. This Mendoza kid, he's really good.
Fine. I can't believe it. Prove it to me. Because Indiana got their ass whooped in that fucking playoff game after we fucking sat here and you guys hyped them up and sucked them up. And they got their ass whooped. So for me, Illinois needs to prove it to me. A win at Duke, it's not going to do it, at least not for me. But I think they do win that game.
What's his name? Is it Seth Mendoza, Fabian Mendoza? I forget his name. But this is the transfer from Cal. He was a very good quarterback at Cal. He comes into Indiana, and a lot of people like him. Herb Street, has Babas all over this fucking kid. They think he's really good. He's another quarterback that is just like in sort of that third tier of Heisman. And if they do what they did last year, I know that the schedule's a little harder than last year. Who knows, man? This guy can coach, right? He can coach, but so can James Franklin. It's when you play the monsters in the Big Ten.
Right. Yeah. So we'll see. Illinois, I think Illinois wins the game. They should win the game. As good as people think they are, they should win this game against Duke pretty easily, but we'll see. It's on the road. So we'll see. What else you got, Eddie Money?
You mentioned Baylor, SMU. SMU is favored by 2.5 in that game. Over under of 64.5.
So I'm gonna blue chip this game because I like the over 64.
Whoop,
Over
whoop,
64.
whoop, whoop.
Baylor can score, and they played a pretty good Auburn team last week, and Baylor still put up a ton of yards and a ton of points. This SMU team, and it's right down the road, an hour and a half, up the road at Highland Park is where the game's going to be played. Beautiful city of Highland Park, Texas, by the way.
No money there. Very poor.
A lot of dollars. Right there. So I think it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be a high scoring game. I think we're going to have a mid 30s game, 35-38, 35-41, something like that. That's what I think. So I'm going to go with the over 64 on BYU. I mean, on Baylor and SMU. And this is another big game for the ACC, as well as for the Big 12, but for the ACC especially, because SMU only favored by 2.5. If they can win this game against a what seems to be at least what they looked like last week, although they lost a good Baylor team.
Yeah.
And then
What
some
else?
of the big hitters this weekend. Texas looking for a big bounce back this week. Minus 36.5 against San Jose State on the road. Over under 52.
I think Texas is going to score 52 by themselves. San Jose State last week at home, I think they were favored by 14, ended up losing the game outright. I believe it was to Central Michigan. They were favored by 13.5 or whatever, and they end up losing the game at home outright. Texas needing this is a week where you look at a team like Texas who lost Clemson. They play these bottom feeder Division I schools shouldn't even be in Division I. They should absolutely annihilate this team and let their quarterbacks get some confidence back. Let that offense kind of flow and let it go. So I think Texas is going to cover easy.
And open up the playbook. Let's
yes.
use his athleticism, man. Open up the playbook. Let him throw him downfield. Let the kid out of the stable, man. Let this thoroughbred go.
Another good game we got this week. UCLA on the road going to UNLV. UCLA is favored by 2.5, over under 54.5.
UNLV looked terrible in week 1, Eddie. Remember? Big line. They looked awful. Or in week 0.
Week 0, because they looked better last week.
Yeah, week 0, they looked awful. They looked a little better last week. UCLA on the road, only 2.5-point favorite. Can the quarterback live up to what I believe to be an elite quarterback? What we all believe probably to be one of the better quarterbacks in college football. And can he live up to it? The roster sucks. The coach is god-awful. His press conference, he said the game, it was close. It was fucking 20-0. It was literally 20-0. So we'll see. I like UCLA in that game to win it. But, we'll see.
I feel strong about this game. I like UNLV in this game. I'll give a red chip. I really like UNLV in this game. I think they're going to be able to run the ball. From what I saw last week, Deshaun Foster, I feel like he's in over his head.
How long does he have this job? Is he going to be another?
UCLA doesn't care, man.
State employee that gets fired.
Yes, we all know UCLA. No one goes to the games. UCLA, as long as he's cheap. I mean, what's going to change? What's going to change? It's sad. It's very sad.
It's god awful.
It's not the days of Troy Aikman and Gaston Green and the years of JJ Stokes when UCLA and the Rose Bowl meant something.
JJ.
Yeah, I mean Terry Donahue. I mean, just I agree. Fuck UCLA, but I still want them to be good. I still want them to be good. It's very sad to me.
Just competitive. Give me an 8-4 team. Be competitive.
Yeah, when they pan to those stands,
and it's empty. It's so bad, man.
It's horrible.
Terrible.
Terrible. Build a 12,000 seat stadium in Westwood, man.
Yeah, and fix that golf course. That golf course is bad, bro. God, awful. What else you got, Eddie Money?
We got a good SEC matchup. Number 20 Ole Miss favored by 10 on the road going into Kentucky. Over under 50.5.
Kentucky is one of those when you go into Kentucky, Georgia will tell you, like it's just tough to play there somehow. I don't even know why, because it's fucking Kentucky.
It is. They always play good at home.
They always play good at home. So this is one of those stay away from games because the line, you never know what you're going to get from that Kentucky crowd, and so it's just one of those stay away from.
Another solid game we got. Number 12 ASU favored by 6.5 on the road going into Mississippi State. Over under 59.
This game is telling. This game is going to be very telling for Arizona State on if they can keep their playoff hopes alive, because I don't think they can survive a loss at Mississippi State, and then because they're the Big 12 is just not that credible. right? So
Sam Levitt is another one of those quarterbacks under the radar that first of all, he's a good-looking mother flower. You know I like my quarterbacks to be good-looking, Rafa. You know I like my quarterbacks to be good-looking. He's very good, man. Sam Levitt is the real deal. Rich would kill me to say if he heard me saying this, but I like Arizona State in this game, man. I really do.
6.5 point favorites on the road. We'll see how Mississippi State can come back.
Yeah.
Another game, the big ranked game of the week, number 15 Michigan going into Oklahoma, number 18, -5, over under 45.
Dude, listen, Dude McBoob said Michigan's going to beat Oklahoma 117-3 if the CIA doesn't interfere again. Dude, I love Michigan. I love Bryce Underwood, man. I'm singing his praises for 2 weeks. Give me Michigan outright to win this game at Oklahoma, man. Outright. Wow. I look at Oklahoma outright. I look at Oklahoma, and to me, they're not an SEC team. They never will be. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't see. Go back to the Big 12. Go back, bring back Lincoln Riley to Oklahoma, and fucking call it a day.
You know, Rafa, this is only the second time that these two football powerhouses have ever met in the history. Fucking wild. And Sharon Moore, alumni of the Sooners. So he's coming in with a bigger chip on his shoulder. I like, the transfer at Oklahoma, the Washington State transfer. He made some horrible mistakes, threw some picks last week. I mean, he's very hectic. He's very good. He moves. He has great pocket presence, but he's sort of hectic and just throws the ball up for a grab sometimes. And you can't do that against a Michigan team because they play very sound football.
Dude McBoo, by the way.
Dude McBoo is on fire.
He's on fire. It's well known in Michigan that CIA has been executing Operation Law 5, a secret plot against Detroit and Michigan teams since 1955. Listen, the Red Wings won a shitload, and the Bad Boy Pistons won twice. And also that sorry-ass 2004 Pistons team with not one superstar won a title.
Yes.
By the way,
and Sergei Fedorov was on that team, a Russian spy.
A Russian spy for sure. So he only president to survive 2 assassination attempts, Gerald Ford from Michigan, who played at Michigan. Yes, sir. Eddie Money, you got another game? Because I want to cover that game Roach is talking about.
I was just gonna end it with UNC, but yeah, I can get that line for South Florida real quick.
Okay, no, I got the line. So okay. South Florida. So real quick, the top 12, the 12th playoff team is going to be a non Power 4 team, which is a group of 5. They should be called non-fucking Power 4.
Yeah.
Group of 5 team. We saw South Florida absolutely whoop Boise's ass last week, and they played well. The thing with South Florida, if we look at it this week, South Florida would technically be that one a group of 5 team that would be getting in the 12th spot. There's nobody else even ranked. South Florida is not ranked, but they would be the most impressive after 1 week, right?
Yeah.
They go into Florida. 17.5 point underdogs. Florida looked good. To me, I think Florida beats them. South Florida could keep it close. 17.5 might be a stretch, but Florida last year we all thought was going to be the worst team in the SEC. They were super impressive. Coach got an extension. Florida believes they're a playoff team. A lot of people.
DJ Lagway is a dude.
They got a ton of talent. Can South Florida build on that win from last week? Keep the game close? I believe they can. Can South Florida win this game? I don't think so. I think Florida still wins this game by 2 touchdowns. I don't know if they cover the 17.5. But South Florida is going to be a team to watch. And too bad for them that they get Florida this week and then Miami next week. Because if not, if they had a schedule like Boise's, they'd probably be that group of 5 team who can get in. But they look very impressive.
Well, I love, dude, you're going to have to come on because I could talk 80s Red Wings hockey all fucking day. Paul Coffey, Stevie Yzerman. Yeah, he gave a great fact. He has to be around our age, right? He has to be in his 50s like me. There's
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure. He goes, coincidence? Open your eyes. We're through the looking glass here, people. I fucking love it. Dude,
Oh.
Magoob is a fucking icon.
yeah. Oh, fucking love it, man.
Love it.
Um,
So, and then
Uh,
are we
last
going to get
game.
into North Carolina again? We got into it earlier.
I was just gonna talk about the line at least. UNC's favored by 13.5 going into Charlotte, over under 49.5. 14,
Okay.
basically a 2-touchdown favorite after getting.
Which I don't think, I
Yeah.
think it's such a low line, Ed.
well, of course it is. It looked like a fucking Pop Warner team that fucking showed up on fucking Monday night.
Charlotte scored 11 points last week against Appalachian State. And then this week they host North Carolina, right down the road in not for, it's
Yeah.
still in state. Listen, Max Johnson looked good. He should have been the starter. We know Gio Lopez, why they brought him in. There's not enough talent. He can make plays with his feet. He looked like the cheap version. He looked like the Tua, the Timu Tua. I mean, he looked god awful.
Timo Jalen Hurts. Timo Jalen Hurts.
He looked like Tua.
Oh no, but he's left-handed.
Left-handed.
Yeah,
He looked like Tua after 3 concussions. I mean, he looked god awful. So, but North Carolina, listen, Max Johnson, he played. He had a good drive. I mean, he didn't play horrible. So that game, if you're watching it, you're just a sick individual, and if you gamble on it, you're even sicker.
Go Heels, baby. Go Heels.
Let's do it. Eddie will be watching.
100%, I will be.
That wraps up college football for this week. Now, headed in. Oh, before we get to NFL, real quick, BTAP is an Instagram chat. He said, "Need a prayer from you guys. The Georgia great. My father-in-law not doing too good. He has cancer. Made it home in time from ICU to watch the Dogs on Saturday. So prayers up to you, BTAP.
Yeah,
Hope all
prayers
goes
up
well.
to you and your family, BTAP.
Yes, sir.
Fuck cancer, man. Fuck
Oh, yeah.
cancer.
Real.
Prayers to you guys, man.
Now, going into NFL Week 1, it is finally here. We've waited months and months.
Woo!
We talked about Thursday Night Football last week. Cowboys and Eagles line is now shot up to 8 from 7 last week.
I heard it's 8.5 now.
8.5. I've seen it at
Damn.
8.5.
Uh,
I still like the over, man. I still like the over in this game, Eddie Money.
Over also moved up to 47.5. Rafa got it at 47. So
Listen,
make sure you guys fired on that.
let me give you something on this Cowboys and Philly game. Here's what they need to do. I know Schottenheimer says he wants to run the ball more. We don't know what we're going to get right with Schottenheimer's offense. You have a rookie running back. You have a running back, Javonte Williams, coming off of knee surgery 2 years ago, who didn't look good last year. But what you do have is a former Pro Bowl quarterback and an elite top 5 receiver and a receiver who has the potential to be an elite top 5 receiver. And the only weakness that I see on this Eagles team is their defensive backfield. Okay. You have Dory Jackson, right? SC played, seemed like he played in 1999. He's going to be one of their starting quarterbacks on the other side of Quinyon Mitchell, who was a rookie last year and was a stud. You have, Cooper DeJean in the slot, but you have a new safety. It's a very, although there's experience, a lot of experience there, there's not a lot of chemistry in that defensive backfield. I think 8.5 points. I think the public and the public sentiment of Jerry Jones is an idiot and this is a trade. I think 8.5. It's a little too much for me. I know you like the over. I like, and I can't believe I'm saying this. I like the boys and the 8.5 for simply the fact if I am Schottenheimer, I am passing the ball 55 times and letting my stars shine and see what kind of new toys I have or what Pickens can do. Because he's going to be pissed off if he don't get 8 targets at least. So you might as well. That's your best shot to win because, the defensive tackle, the stud from Georgia, he's playing. That front 7 is the strength of that defense. They're all from fucking Georgia, it seems, right? Georgia or Alabama. I would test that secondary early and often, and you possibly could have some success. And that's what I would do if I was the Cowboys. That's why I like the 8.5. But I'm not the guru, so I would go with Roethlisberger.
Listen. I'm leaning. I'll lean with you on the game, Eddie, with Dallas. And now, all the things you said, you're 100% right. The Dallas offense, when you look at the three best players, at least the two wide receivers and the quarterback, right?
Yeah.
And it's also when we look at years past, the team that wins the Super Bowl, that first opening game, there's a whole lot of shit going on before the game. All sorts of crap. Could take a little bit of concentration. We saw last year the Chiefs struggle against the Ravens.
Mm-hmm.
So
Lions beat the shit out of the Chiefs
the year before that.
The
year before that, right? So that first game always, you may have some mistakes that the team. The Eagles could be a little bit overwhelmed with all the on-field stuff. So it wouldn't shock me if Dallas kept this game close. To me, I think Eddie's 100% right. If you look at the secondary, the Eagles not their best unit, and the Cowboys' best unit is their wide receivers. So if they can capitalize on that and throw the ball 35 plus times, I think they're going to be okay. You're going to have trouble running into that Eagles defense. You really are.
Yeah.
You're going to have to spread them out. Get Jaden Blue involved if he's going to be available to play. I don't know if he's going to be available to play yet. I think he might be questionable, but get them involved. I think you're going to have I think the game's going to be better than what people think.
I do too. This is Philly Eagles. This is the game where Michael Irvin got carted off in Philly, and the fans in Philly gave a standing ovation, cheering, not because he was okay or on a stretcher, because they hate each other that much. This is, in pro terms, it could be possibly the biggest rivalry in NFL football. Philly's Eagles, they hate each other. And to me, it's just the overreaction, and it's warranted, right? Getting rid of Micah, it's warranted. He's an idiot. Jerry Jones is a moron. But it's also, Rafa, this, when a coach gets fired or someone big gets traded, this locker room's like, fuck that dude. And he wasn't liked anyways, from what people are saying, that Micah was not a favorite in that locker room. This could be a galvanizing moment for this locker room.
Could be.
He wasn't this dude. We didn't need him anyways. It's the fucking Eagles. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm with you, Ed. Let's go fucking Cowboys.
To add on to that,
God, what the fuck am I talking about? My God. Who am I?
Eagles are also the second most popular bet on the week, getting 88% of the money.
Love it.
Yeah.
You know what that means. Take the other way.
Yep. And who's everyone taking in their suicide pools? Who's everyone taking? Because it's the biggest line. I took Denver as well, because what happens, and I think it happened last year, the Browns beat someone like 70%
Bengals lost to the Patriots.
Yes, that's what it was. I'm telling you, man, if I'm in a suicide pool, I stay away. I know that the line is 8.5. It's because, I don't know. But yeah, go ahead. Take Dallas. Take Dallas in the suicide pool so I could win that suicide pool this year, baby.
We got some Friday night football also to start off the season. I think it's in
Sao Paulo.
Brazil. Yeah.
Sao Paulo.
2 years in a row in Brazil.
Chiefs -3 versus the Chargers, over under 46. Division matchup to start off the season.
I like the Chiefs, right?
Oh, we all know.
Everybody knows I like Patty Mahomes.
Yes.
Dude, for the Chargers to lose Slater, I think is a big, big, big deal.
Oh,
because of what Harbaugh wants to do, obviously, right?
Yeah.
I think Chris Jones is going to have a fucking field day on Friday night.
Yeah. Najee Harris, I think
he's starting,
which I don't get why. What? I would fuck. Yeah, if I have a Marion Hampton, I think he's a better fucking running back. I mean, he's obviously a rookie. If Najee Harris, by the way, got hurt in a 4th of July fucking accident and barely started. He got cleared like this week for contact. I'm,
Yeah.
They
I'm
have-
sitting his ass for being stupid. You're
They
a
have Hampton
millionaire.
listed as the RB1 currently.
Well, he should be. And but
And for the
anyways,
sake of my fantasy team, I hope he is as well.
you took Najee Harris in your fantasy league.
No, I took Amar and Hampton like 3 weeks.
Okay. Can we get to the real crux of this game in Sao Paulo, Brazil on a Friday night? I think Boomer wants to come watch it at Ojos Locos because he feels anything like in South America, he feels like he has to go to Ojos Locos and watch it. And also, and this is the thing, we got an argument. He thinks that Brazil has zero interest in American football, which might be true. I don't know. But he thinks that the biggest attraction, he is Carol G is doing the halftime show in Sao Paulo, which
Wow,
to
that's pretty
me it sort of doesn't make any sense. They're like, oh my god, they can't wait. They speak Portuguese in Brazil. She's from Colombia. She sings this bad. Like they might like her, but they don't understand what the fuck she's saying. It's like having
No, they understand.
Snoop Dogg.
Portuguese is very close to Spanish, Eddie.
Yeah.
It's
I
actually
just-
the second easiest language. It's the easiest language to learn after if you speak Spanish.
Oh, Mufaji.
So, but Mufaji, I like the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs win that game.
Can I ask you this, Rafa? Before this, I want to ask Rafa this. Let's say the Chiefs don't have a very good year. Let's say they miss the playoffs and win 8 games. I've always been a fan of Jim Harbaugh. I'm a Jim Harbaugh guy. I wish that he would have came to the Raiders. I don't want to say is the act getting old. I don't think it's an act. I think that's who he is. He's a weirdo, loves football. But I mean, the Chiefs have had a roster, and I know Slater is a huge loss. It's a huge loss. You get replace a guy like that. You do have Joe Alt, who I would move to the other side. I'd make sure
They already
Alt-
did. They moved him to the other side.
Yeah. How much does Jim Harbaugh just get full range? Does he not have a leash because you signed Jim Harbaugh and he's in LA? Or is it possible that the Chargers are just a cursed franchise and you're never going to win there? Because I feel like Jim Harbaugh's a winner. He wants to win. I just don't know if it's possible as a Charger.
The thing is, the way he builds a team, he needs more than a couple of years to build a team, right? And so when he went to San Francisco, it was already kind of forming. Right here, he's had to add. He had a left tackle and he added another lineman, and now that left tackle gets hurt. But and so that's going to hurt the style that he wants to play, right? And he hasn't fully. The defense is not fully where he expects it to be, right? So I think he's got kind of free range. I think for the first maybe 4 seasons, to be honest with you, and if they keep staying competitive, I think if they win 9 games, 10 games, right in there, which they very well could, I think he'll be all right. But I'll tell you, if there's a job that comes up in college football, like let's say the Alabama Crimson Tide, calling, hey, listen, Jim, you want to do this here too? You are the last motherfucker to beat Nick Saban. So
Wow.
I mean,
we did.
listen,
Yeah, that's a name.
That's a big name, and he's done it, and so so that all of that can all happen. But as far as the Chargers firing him, I couldn't see it happening even after he'd have to be really bad after 3 seasons or 4, and they weren't really bad last year, and I don't think they're going to be really bad this year. But Kellen DeBoer gets fired. The Chargers are struggling. They only win 7 or 8 games. Alabama says, hey, you know what? We're going to throw 15, 20 million at you. Come get it. I can see him doing that.
Does he have a probation, or does he have I know they put Michigan on probation, but if he was to come back, do the punishments apply to him personally? And does he have any kind of restrictions?
I don't think so. And by the way, Dude McBoob is so good. He goes at Matthew Rocha. He goes, because Rocha says I can see him in a Bama cap. He goes, Matthew Rocha, then you have Stevie Wonder's eyesight, also from Michigan.
It would be kind of weird, you know.
Hey, 100%. I'm throwing shit out there. We're throwing shit at the wall, see what sticks.
I mean,
Right?
that listen, that's the name that I would pay for, and
Are you kidding?
and that's the style. Big, bruising offensive lineman. You know,
You don't need a great quarterback. You
Nope.
don't need a great quarterback.
Nope.
And so, but yeah, we'll see what happens with the San Diego Superchargers this season. I think Slater, though, I think really hurts what they wanted to do. I really do. I think it hurts them. It sets them back an entire season.
Yeah.
An entire season.
Well, all I know is that Boomer's excited to watch a football game for once of his life, and it's because of the halftime show and Carol G.
Wow.
Or Carol G, as he would
Karol
say, from
G.
Medellin.
All right, let's do it. What
Now,
else we got on tap?
heading into Sunday, the 10 a.m. games, we got to pick them to start the year. Dolphins versus the Colts in Indianapolis, over under 46.5.
Stinker, Eddie? You think it's
Stinker of a game.
You know how high I am on the Miami Dolphins, only because the city is so great. By the way, big move by the Dolphins, not naming Tyreek the captain this year. So
Well,
he's not a captain. You know, it kind of how does that locker room react to him not being a captain? Is it something that needed to be done because of all his off the field bullshit that goes on? And does the locker room respond well? Or is it, you know what, he's an older guy in the league. He should have been given that. He's been here for a handful of years, yada, yada, yada. We'll see.
No.
Give me the Dolphins in a pick 'em.
He came out publicly and be like, I want to win. I want to do this. Well, that's what you're getting paid fucking
Right.
$38 million to fucking do.
A lot of dollars.
Not have children by 11 different. He has 17 fucking kids right now, Rafa. And that's not hyperbole. That's literally a number. That sounds like I'm making it up. But dude, yeah, play football, win in Miami, and you'll be a legend. Not making you a captain is 100% a message. Like, you're in Miami. Miami's a great place to be. If you don't want to be here and get paid, you know, then bye, Felicia.
If Miami struggles, by the way, if Miami struggles and Kansas City struggles, you know, come week 5 or 6, maybe a trade is made and they go back and get Tyreek Hill and he goes back to Kansas City. Who knows? I'm throwing shit out there. I'm throwing shit at the wall, see what sticks.
Oh, I thought it was going to happen last year, Rafa. That's not like that's not a crazy theory. That's not a tinfoil fucking thing. That's very, very fucking possible.
So we'll see. But I'm going to take the Dolphins with a pick 'em. Give me Miami to beat the Colts. I can't see me ever picking a Daniel Jones team until I see. By the way, Daniel Jones starting on that team just fucking goes back to AR-15 just being Anthony Richardson just being absolute caca.
Listen, I've had some bad takes in my life. I watched all the film. I watched all film of all 13 games. I thought I saw something.
Yeah, we blew that one. We fucked up there.
I fucked up that big time.
All right, what else we got?
Next up, we got Bryce Young and the Panthers going into Jacksonville to play against Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars, -3.5, over under 47.
I'm excited for this game because
I am too. I
am excited for this game because I'm dying to see how T-Mac does. I think he's such a good talent. I hope Bryce Young can play well. But I did pick the Jags to win the AFC South. So I think the Jags get it together and win this game.
So Travis Hunter is listed as a starting receiver and is a backup as a cornerback. We all want to see Travis Hunter lined up on T-Mac. I don't think it's going to happen. I think Travis will be more of a nickelback and T-Mac will be an X or a Y. And but listen, I'm so curious. I'm so curious to see what Travis Hunter and his impact is going to do on either side of the ball. I agree that he could have a bigger impact on offense. He has such great body control. He's such a great athlete. And you have you cannot bracket him at all because to me, Brian Thomas Jr., who I brilliantly picked in my fantasy draft last year, is a dog. Another dog from LSU.
A real number one. A real
number one.
That I
So
think Trevor Lawrence will have for the first time, now for a second season. So,
and you put Travis Hunter in the slot and let him roam around and do all kinds of weird fucking routes, get him the ball, and let's see what he can do. But like you, I want to see Bryce Young. I want to see Chuba Hubbard. I want to see Canales, the head coach. I want to see Carolina be good. I don't know why, but it's Bryce Young. I'm a fan of Bryce Young.
Yeah,
I want to see that comeback story.
By the way, Travis Hunter only playing one position in the NFL, huh? Who would have predicted that shit?
Listen, he's gonna get some snaps. He's gonna get
as many. I'm gonna tell you something. He's gonna
over under on snaps on defense.
Matthew Rocha could fucking look this up. He will play less snaps at fucking cornerback than Troy Brown.
Oh, I say there has to be a line out there. I'm gonna say 17 snaps on defense.
Maybe on long fourth down. Maybe on third and fifth.
And that doesn't include punt return, by the way.
He's
okay.
That's gonna be an interesting game.
Is there a line?
I have there's no line, but there's an expected. So Travis Hunter is expected to play in a sub-package role on defense for the Jaguars, potentially around 10 to 15 snaps a game. So I would say something fair is probably like 12 and a half, 13 and a half.
I pulled 17 out of my ass. I wasn't that far off.
Troy Brown-esque.
Yeah. Very, very cool. Very, very cool.
I like the Jags.
Which is crazy because you hate Trevor Lawrence.
100%. Hate him.
Yeah. All right. What's next, man?
Next up, New York Giants going into Washington to play the Redskins. Redskins favored by 6, over under 45 and a half.
Woo! Woo!
Let fucking Russ cook, baby.
Woo! It's not fucking Russ, baby.
G-Man, baby.
It is
fucking G-Man.
It is the best front seven in the NFL.
Is it not? Been saying that shit the entire since the draft, baby.
The fucking NFL. You're gonna have
to see that fucking defense, Eddie.
I want to see that front seven, man. I want to see that front seven.
Is it a blue chip, Rafa?
Oh, 100%. Giants plus 6. Fucking
let him cook. Let Rafa cook. I have to go do something for 20 seconds. Rafa,
we'll be on the Giants game still, Eddie. So you want to get into that defense. Dude, listen, I already told you how I feel about the Redskins. Jaden Daniels, sophomore slump. I think they overachieved by a mile. And fans shouldn't be naive and think that because they got to the NFC title game last year that they're going to get to the Super Bowl this year or even get back to the NFC title game this year. I don't think they are. Last year they struggled in this game in particular. Last year they struggled both games they played against the Giants. This is a far better Giants team than it was last year. Okay, you got rid of the distractions. You had the Daniel Jones drama, the fucking Tommy Cutlets, chicken parm fucking dude, whatever. So they got rid of him. They have 3 fucking quarterbacks on that: Jameis Winston, Jackson Dart, and Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson has to believe that he has to perform because the leash is pretty short, to be honest with you. Coach can't afford to lose the first 3-4 games, right? So I think they're going to play tough. And listen, if Coach loses the first 4 games, Jackson Dart's coming right in. There is no doubt about it. So Russ has to play well. I think this is Russ. Russ has to know that this is like his last chance, right?
If they saw 0-4, Jackson Dart comes in.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't think there's no way that Russell Wilson's leash can be that long when you drafted a quarterback in the first round, and you have a more than capable third stringer, right? That you signed way before you drafted Jackson Dart and signed Russell Wilson. For me, Russell Wilson has to understand, and he knows it, and fucking I know it. So I'm sure Russell Wilson knows it, that this is his last shot to be a starter in this league, right?
Oh yeah, 100%.
he's not going to keep getting this Aaron Rodgers treatment where every year we're wondering where the fuck Aaron Rodgers is going to play. Okay, he's not. I don't think he's going to get that. He's not that. So if he struggles early, I think he knows the leash isn't long. I don't even think it's 4 games, to be honest with you. I think if you start, if he plays well and they lose the games, fine. He has to play well right out the jump. And to me, I think Washington, I don't think they're going to be as good as they were last year. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. For me, I think they win 7 games. I don't think this is one of them, but I'm going to take the Giants +6. I'm going to blue chip the Giants +6. I may be totally wrong on these Giants. Their win total was like 5.5. I think they well crushed that in 8 or 9. I love the defense. I absolutely love that defense. I love what they did in the draft. I love the front 7. That front 7 should be the best in the league this year. And they're going to have a chance to prove it against a second-year quarterback who was phenomenal last year. And everyone's crowning him as one of the 10 best quarterbacks in the league, like they did with Happy Feet Stroud the year before. Yeah. And even though Stroud won a playoff game, he didn't look good in it. And we saw how Stroud didn't look too good in the pocket last year. And, they're going to say, oh, well, his receivers were hurt or whatever, or were hurt and so on. I like the Giants here. I don't like second-year quarterbacks. So I'm taking the Giants +6. That defense, I think, is going to be impactful this year. I'm not saying they're going to be Ravens type shit or Bears or Chiefs from a handful of years ago. None of that. I just think this defense is going to be really, really good. I think it's going to be one of the 10 best units on that side of the ball this year. And so I think the Giants, and Russ has to understand he's going to play good. So I think we're going to get the best version of Russ we've gotten in the last handful of years.
Let's go Trent Tracy, baby. But Burns, Carter, Lawrence, Thibodeau. I mean, God dang, man. I mean, that's wild.
Carter and Thibodeau, wild. I mean, and Lawrence. Lawrence, one of the best defensive tackles in the league. Very underrated player.
And Burns? I mean,
phenomenal.
Come on. That's like,
I'm excited for that defense. Eddie, what I was saying was, and I don't know if you heard me, that Russell Wilson has to understand this is kind of his last hurrah, right?
Oh, for sure. This
is his last hurrah. I was saying, I don't think they can start the season 0-3, 0-4 without them going to Jackson Dart right away, because they will, they could let him go. If he doesn't perform this year, he's gone.
He's gone. And I mean, you got, everyone knows I called that Jackson Dart would be drafted before Shedeur. He's looked incredible in some preseason games. And that's a good thing for us. That's a good thing. Russ can't get comfortable. He knows the kid is the future, and he just has to make plays. He has to be a game manager. Russ isn't cooking anymore. He's more of a sous chef. He's on the sauce station. He's not on entrees.
He's doing the omelet.
He's at the omelet station. Russ, you just hand the ball off to Tracy. Let the defense do its thing. Throw it up to Malik Neighbors, who, by the way, as a rookie, had other than Brock Bowers, the most targets any rookie has ever had. That's the thing. How much? Because I think Malik Neighbors knows that Jackson Dart is the better passer of the football at this point. I could see Malik Neighbors kind of bitching if he doesn't get his targets and his touchdowns and be like, fuck Russ, give me Jackson Dart. And let's not forget about our favorite white boy from Tempe, Arizona, Scatterboo, man. Scatterboo. You gotta love
Giants +6. We're blue chipping the motherfucking New York Football Giants.
Matthew Rocha looked up some Troy Bounce stats.
Eddie,
just for
I'm
you.
gonna give you a chance to win some money here. I'm gonna give you a chance. All right, round of golf at Oak Corey. Yeah. I'll take Troy Brown's 2004 season, and you can have Travis Hunter this year.
Troy, okay, in 2000 recording, 3 interceptions, 1 pass defender, along with 17 tackles during the season where he made. So I have to have more defensive stats and offensive stats.
Yeah. And he's
Okay,
going to get
hold
more
on.
snaps because he only had 28 defensive snaps that season.
3 interceptions, 1 pass, 17 tackles. Oh, I'm only worried about the offense. I think he's gonna get that on defense. Oh shit. Let's do it.
All
Let's
right.
do it.
All right. Round of golf for 4 at Oak Corey. That's the bet right there.
So does he have to beat him in every single category? Does he have to have 4 interceptions, 2 passes defended, 18 tackles, 78? Do I have to win in every single
Yeah,
fucking?
he's going to play more defensive snaps. This guy only played fucking Troy Brown at 28 snaps.
That's the problem. I think he will get the defensive. I'm worried about 78 receptions out of the slot.
Oh, that's a tough one.
That's a tough one. But
That's a tough one.
But for the show, let's do it. And then I get
All
to play
right.
with Corey. Fuck it.
Let's do it. All right. Bet is on, baby. Bet is on.
Oh,
All right. Now getting into, unfortunately, the first shitter of the year.
there's not many.
Steelers versus -2.5, playing the Jets. Jets at home, over under 30.5. Aaron Rodgers goes back to New York. Let's see if he makes it past the first game.
It's not a shitter, and I'll tell you why. It's because Aaron Rodgers is playing, and everyone wants to see Aaron Rodgers fail or succeed, and most people want to see him fail. A lot of people are saying, "Oh, does this mean anything to you? He's going back to the MetLife." Aaron Rodgers don't give a fuck about beating the Jets.
Nope.
He really doesn't. Aaron Rodgers wants to ride off into the sunset, make it to the playoffs, and prove that he's fucking great, which we already know he was fucking great. I don't think it has anything to do. I don't think he's pissed at the Jets. I don't think,
No.
Yeah, people are making something out of this, but I want to see Aaron Rodgers play good football. I'm not a huge fan of him, but I mean, he's top 5 quarterback of all time.
Top 7, but yeah, you're there. You're there.
I mean,
Top 7, but yeah,
you're
there.
probably right. You're probably right. You're probably 6, 7.
You're there. Top 6, 7.
Yeah.
6, 7. That's what the kids
With-
say now. 6, 7.
Yeah.
Oh,
I could
man.
go crazy all day with that shit, Eddie Money. 6, 7.
Oh my god.
So, but listen, this game, I'm gonna lean Pittsburgh, and I'll besides the fact that everybody knows I love Mike Tomlin. He's the only black head coach that I like in any sport. So I'm a Mike Tomlin fan. But you got to remember, the Jets. Justin Fields, a quarterback. He was in Pittsburgh last year. I like Justin Fields. They just lost their starting right guard. So another injury to a line that wasn't very good last year. They weren't good 2 years ago. They added some players last year. Now now you have an injury out for the season. That Pittsburgh defense, I think it's a really good defense. Probably a top 10 unit as well.
Cam Hayward, I think, is going to play. I think he is going to play.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh here, minus the 2.5. I think they can win this game by a field goal, and low scoring as hell, 38.5. That's right on the money. We might not even get 35 in this.
I like the under. I like the under
I think
all day.
The under's a play there.
All day. I love the running back. I think the running back from Iowa is eventually Kay Johnson. He's eventually going to win that job over Jalen Warren. I'm curious to see DK Metcalf and to see he got paid a shit ton of money. He's built like
he's a perfect target for Rodgers, Ed.
He is.
He's a perfect target for Rodgers. A big receiver who can get down the field. And he can get in the middle of the field as well. I think this is a good target for Rodgers. I think it was properly thought out when the Steelers made the move to get DK. I think they knew they were getting Rodgers, and we kind of knew it during the draft. I think it's a great move for them, and I think Pittsburgh, and I think DK is going to do well. But the 38.5 is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's way under. Have you seen like the photos or the B-reel, the B-roll of Rodgers, warming up? He looks like the kid at PE that forgot his clothes. Like everyone's stretching, doing it right, and he's just like, "Oh my god, this is so stupid. Just hike me the ball, and I'll fucking get it done."
What are we fucking year 19, 20, 18, whatever the fuck is like at this point?
It's
By the
fucking
way,
wild.
Dude McBoob with a prediction. Aaron Rodgers pulls a Favre in his return to New York and steals poor people's welfare, is lost for the season, but then gets a pardon from Law and Order crime fighters.
Dude, McBoob needs to be a writer for like, I don't know, like a sports SNL show. That's fucking hilarious. It's fucking
That's
great.
fucking great. I love
That
it.
is
Prof,
great.
are you taking Steelers
I'm
spread
taking the
blue chip?
Steelers -2.5. We're gonna blue chip the Steelers probably every week this season until we get it right.
And I think Sauce isn't 100% healthy. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I
not-
don't think the Jets are. I don't think the Jets are ready to go. You know, they're having some injuries. Justin Fields. I like Justin Fields, but you know, it's a tough. It's a
I heard
tough.
it hasn't looked good.
No, it hasn't. It hasn't looked good. He goes, I am a writer, been a sports writer since '96. Wrote a book in 2014, non-sports related. Wow. And he does porn as well, which you can
Yes.
also purchase.
Multifaceted.
And I
Jay
think
might want to do the porn. He might want to purchase the
and I
porn.
think he's in the CIA. I fucking love it. Fucking love it. Get that
I
guy's
love
number, everybody. Get that guy's number. He
Let-
could be
let-
Dude McBoob could be the third nobody.
100%.
Yeah.
We'll
Getting
just have a picture of his dog on the screen.
The corner.
Yeah.
Getting into a big game for us. Raiders heading
Game
into
for
New
you guys.
England.
It's you guys versus Rocha.
Yeah, I know. Raiders headed into England. Patriots favored by 2.5, over under 44. Matthew Rocha said, we need to talk about the past versus the Raiders. So much history. Brady tucked into Raiders ownership. Ravels back tackling Commanders players in practice. And then Dude McBoob responded instantly. He said, good point. What was the tuck game rule issue? It was because it was a Michigan quarterback versus a Michigan DB and Heisman winner. We're lucky the universe didn't collapse when those two met.
You have no idea, Dude McBoob. You have no idea. There's a long story of that game. I was in Vegas for my sister's wedding, and that game set the universe on its axis. And Tom Brady does not exist. Tom Brady's married to some girl at a Waffle House in 8 Mile or something, or Northern California, like Stockton, California, or some bullshit like that. That game changed the whole entire universe. So 100% agree with you. And so many events happened that night. I should write a book about that night in Vegas. Oh my God.
Quick side note, Dude McBoob wants it to be known that his porn is due to his impressive junk, not intelligence or humor.
All right, so let's get to the Rocha versus the Eddies game of the week. The Raiders at the New England Patriots. By the way, Josh McDaniels is also involved in this game as the offensive coordinator, former coach of the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yes.
And so there's a ton of Raiders and Patriots shit going on in this game, obviously, off the field. Dude, I'm gonna give a slight edge here, edge to the New England Patriots.
Oh,
Dude, and you know, I listen. I thought the Raiders would win this game, but I leading up to it, I'm leaning a little bit towards New England here.
Listen,
just a little bit.
this is why Rafa respects my football opinion. Just so you know, I have Raider tattoos. This is a Raider tattoo that was redone over an old Raider tattoo. That's how big of a Raider fan I am. But this is 100%. I love Drake May. I love Trayvon Henderson. I've always been a fan of Mike Vrabel. I love the third-round pick receiver out of Washington State. I love the left tackle from LSU. And Will Campbell. Here is the issue. Look at the Raiders' defensive starting unit. It is atrocious. Not only is the defensive backfield rated the worst in the NFL, you have retreads at all three linebacker spots. You traded a fifth-round pick for a backup tackle, defensive tackle from the Eagles, who is now starting at defensive tackle. Listen, we all love Max Crosby, but he can't do everything. The Raiders' defense is going to be really bad. Really bad. And another reason why Rafa respects me, I might be the only Raider fan on the planet that is not convinced that Ashton Genty is going to be a superstar. Now, do I think he probably is going to get 75% of the carries in this running back unit? Zamir White is garbage. He is going to get his opportunities to get the ball and receive the ball. A lot of people forget that prior to the year, his Heisman, run at Boise State, Ashton Genty led college football in yards receiving as a running back with like 600 or something. So he's not coming out of the game on third down, Rafa.
Nope.
He will be in the game, and then will come out for like the third drive and the fifth drive. So he is going to get his opportunities to see if he's this dude. Everyone, and not even Raider fans, everyone is just anointing this dude as going to be great. He was taken at like average 7th in everyone's fantasy football league. That to me, I just don't buy it yet. I hope I'm wrong. Reggie Bush, Cedric Benson from Texas. Fuck, Ricky Williams traded for 7 picks and a first round pick the next year. Never lived up to expectations. Running back, you can get a good running back. Isaiah Pacheco, right? I am not convinced, and I know I'm going to get hate, that Ashton Genty is a can't miss fucking dude in the NFL. And for that reason, by the way, I love Trayvon Henderson. I do think he's going to be the best running back out of this whole entire draft. And I love Drake May. For that reason, I love the Pats. I know I rambled on for a long time there, but I like the Pats.
Matthew just said. Matthew all I heard
Eddie.
was the Patriots are going to win by $1 billion.
I'm with Eddie as well, and the kid Myers, he wants to get paid. Does he deserve to get paid? Probably not. I don't hate on players' money, but I don't think he's as good as he thinks he is. Brock Bowers is phenomenal. We know that. Geno can throw the ball. He's an accurate quarterback. But that defense, like Eddie said, is just really bad. It's really bad. And watch out with Henderson and Stevenson maybe hitting a home run on Sunday. Don't be surprised if you see a 60-yard fucking bomb, up the sideline or whatever. I think they're gonna. I think those backs. One of those backs is gonna get loose. So I think the Patriots and Josh McDaniels. Listen, Josh McDaniels isn't a good head coach. He's an outstanding offensive coordinator, and there is no doubt about it. You remember when McDaniels left, the Patriots, that offense, although with Brady, wasn't what it was when he was there. And there's no denying that. I'm not going to say fucking Brady was only good because Josh McDaniels. Not what I'm saying.
No,
not at all. Right. But they were a better unit when McDaniels was there. So, I think the coaching staff and listen, Pete Carroll's a phenomenal coach. Edge also on the sideline in this game, I think also goes to New England because of the experience there. Offensive coordinator, Vrabel. I don't hate Vrabel. I just thought his time in Tennessee was gone. It was a little bit too long for me. But I think New England's going to be a tough matchup for a lot of teams this year. So I'm gonna stick with New England. Get minus the 2.5.
Yeah, it sucks too because I love Geno. I think Geno's saying everything right. He's doing everything right. It's just defense is going to be tough. We're going to get bullied.
Yeah.
Next game is 10 o'clock slate. You have the Bengals favored by 5 going into Cleveland to play against the Browns over under 47.5. Notoriously, Joe Burrow does not start off hot for the first 2 games of every season.
The thing is, you can't be this good and keep starting this bad. I don't know. Can they start off this year hot, playing against a team that 2 years ago was the best defense at home? And we know who they have on defense. It's the baddest motherfucker on the planet, baby.
Yes.
I think that defense.
Put him up, Eddie Money. Put Rafa's man crush. Mr. McPoops. Yeah, you thought I was being a little weird about my man crush with Sam Levitt, or who was my good-looking quarterback?
Yeah, Sam Levitt.
Yeah,
But
Rafa's man crush is actually legit. He has a little jungle fever. Hey,
A little.
the baddest man on the planet. Dude, that defense, although young and a middle linebacker, defensive tackle, I think they had a good draft on that defense. That offense, so that Browns offense, I think is going to be god awful. And then who's starting at running back? Is it Jerome Ford? Judkin's not going to be able to play. I don't know if he's dealing with a pending suspension or something's going on there. So that offensive unit,
he just worked out their contract.
Okay, so they're ready to go.
But he's not. He hasn't came back with the team yet.
Yeah, so he's not going to be available. I don't know how bad. It's not even about how good that Browns offense is. It's going to be how bad that Browns offense is going to be.
1,000%. That's the key to this game. Carson Schlesinger is the green dot. This kid is the green dot on defense. And we all know my background. I know the family. I know the kid. He is this kid is going to eat, sleep, shit, breathe football. He will be prepared. You have the defensive tackle from Michigan who's going to be at D-tackle. I think that defense is going to be great. But the issue is the Browns. I mean, this is why the Bengals have a shot. They can score 39 and win this game.
100% true. 100% true. The Bengals defense was god awful last year, but we cannot shake Joe Burrow's struggles to open in September. So at 5.5, if you need to bet this game, I'd lean towards the Browns. I wouldn't touch it because you got one of the 3 best quarterbacks in the league on one side of the field, and you have arguably the best defensive player on the other side of the field. Although, you do have Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. So to me, I think and the 47.5, I think is a big number because I don't think Cleveland's going to be able to score.
Yeah.
I don't think Cincinnati could score 39. I don't know if they could score 39 on this defense in September on the road.
Yeah.
Because they've struggled in September. So I'd lean towards the under in this game, 47.5, take the under and walk away with some dollars.
And they're carrying, the cameraman, yes, there's going to be a cameraman assigned to Shedeur Sanders with his hat like this.
Oh, no. Hey, listen, if he does that, we need a side-by-side this.
Well, that's how he wears it on the
sideline.
With
the post. If this happens, Eddie Money, on Sunday, you need to make a whole post with Eddie doing this and this whole clip with Shedeur. And then you can tag Dion, Shiloh, and Shedeur in it.
He is going to be wearing his hat on the sidelines like this with the braids with the AP on his fucking wrist. And that's why you don't sign Shedeur Sanders, because there's going to be a cameraman assigned to watch his every fucking move. And he's a third-string quarterback.
Wow. Bold take. Let's get on to the next one, baby.
Next up, we got a big game. Buccaneers minus 2.5 on the road, heading into Atlanta to play the Falcons. Over under 47.
By the way, real quick, one more last thing on that last game. Dude McBoob says, here's the problem with Cleveland. It's in Ohio. So, we know the Michigan man hates everything Ohio.
Oh, Rafa, was that Bengals Browns under a blue chip?
Yeah, we can blue chip under 47.5 Bengals Browns.
All right.
Predictable.
But yeah, next game, Buccaneers Falcons. Buccaneers favored by 2.5. Over under 47.
I know Eddie loves Baker. I love
the Buccaneers. I love the Buccaneers, and so does everyone else, Rafa. Get on the train. Get on the train,
I'm
man.
on the train. I'm on the Falcons train right
or
here.
The ship. Or the Black Pearl, the ship, or whatever the fuck it is.
I'm gonna go Falcons here, Ed. I'm not blue chipping, but I'm taking the Falcons at home plus the 2.5. 47, I think a good number. I think we can get a game in the high 20s, to be honest with you. Michael Penix, first full season, coming in, taking all the snaps with all the first teamers, the entire training camp and to end the last season and all that. I think I like the Falcons. I like the Falcons in a tight game. I think they cover the 2.5. If they lose the last second, up one, last second field goal. They're covering those 2.5 though, Eddie.
It's
I'm
a
gonna
huge game.
give the edge to the Falcons.
Like this is in that division. This is Texas, Ohio State. This is Michigan, Ohio State. This game means the world in this division. These two will be battling out for one of the top 4 seeds in the playoffs, hands down. And the Bucks have won the last 5 division championships. And
Which is crazy in a division where nobody ever repeated. Remember?
Yes. They've done 5 in a row. And I know Jacob loves the receiver coming out of Abuka. You know, you have Michael Evans. Michael Evans is the definition of Chris Carter. He only catches touchdowns and only gets over 1,000 yards every fucking year. I think Abuka, you have Bucky Irvin, who's going to be great. And then, you know, I think you're sleeping on a great black head coach, man. I think he's quiet, he's reserved, and I think he has his shit together. I love the Bucks this year.
By the way, Atlanta beat them twice last year with Kirk Cousins.
True.
So we'll see. Both games last year, I think, went over, if I'm not mistaken. Both games went way over last year, 36-30 in overtime, and then a 31-26 game for Atlanta. So we'll see. Baker didn't play good that first game last year against Atlanta, and that game went into overtime. So we'll see. I'm leaning Atlanta. Atlanta's at home, beat them twice last year. So I'm leaning Atlanta. What else we got?
Last game of the 10 a.m. slate, we have the Cardinals favored by 6.5 going into New Orleans to play the Saints over under 43.5.
Do we agree that the Saints are going to be the worst team in the league?
They're gonna get the first round pick, and it's gonna be Nussmeier. We're gonna see. I have a whole crazy theory. The dad is gonna get promoted to head coach. They're gonna draft Garrett Nussmeier. It's gonna be head coach, first round pick, Nussmeier. I think it's across the board. Saints are gonna be horrible.
Foregone conclusion.
Yes.
Yeah, Arizona is going to be a lot better than they were last year.
Yes.
6.5 though on the road. It's the NFL, and those road games are always tough.
New Orleans is tough.
Yeah, New Orleans is a tough place to play, and just NFL road games in general are tough. So when you're an Arizona team who's, you're a 6.5 point favorite, but should you be a 6.5 point favorite against anyone? Are you that good?
No.
For 6.5. That's the thing. I don't think they're 6.5 points better than anyone. And then
I
on the
agree.
road, you add that in. I know Spencer Rattler's a quarterback. I know the Saint new coach, yada, 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 all sorts of different things. And I don't think that roster is very good. It's just one of those kind of weird, keep an eye out games. I don't know if they can cover that. I mean, who knows?
New Orleans at home is sort of like Seattle at home. They don't have to be good to beat you. It's a tough place to play.
Yeah,
people are drinking hurricanes, eating beignets, fucking voodoo
popping off in that bitch.
Voodoo's happening. You just never know what's going on.
Yeah. What else we got?
Heading into the afternoon slate, starting it off with the 49ers -2.5 going into Seattle, like you just said, Eddie. Seattle Seahawks over under 43.5.
Fucking Brock Purdy, blue chip, Purdy, the Purdy Niners, bro. The Purdy fucking Niners. The Purdy Niners going into Seattle, the worst fucking city in the United States of America. It's fucking raining. You know the shit show going on there. Dude, the Purdy Niners going to go in there and fucking tap that ass. Give me the Purdy Niners, blue chip.
You're going to love this, Rafa.
Everybody against Seattle.
You're going to love this. I was in one of my fantasy drafts. I was cooking steaks outside. Forgot I was drafting. And with like my 10th or 11th pick, I have Brock Purdy on my fucking team. I'm like, oh, Rafa.
Yeah, big day, Ed.
Rafa. So Juwan Jennings, who hasn't fucking seen a rep all fucking offseason, they're saying he might go. But Ricky Pearsall, the Florida fucking receiver who got shot, for his Rolex in San Francisco, surprise. You know what? It's surprise. You know what, Rafa? I just thought of this. how far off is Seattle from San Francisco?
As in terms of cities?
Yeah.
Oh no, they're both awful, Ed. They're both
Okay, but you love the 49ers. So where's your reasoning there?
Yeah.
I mean,
I know.
the meth heads in
There's
Seattle.
someone. Listen, Ed. There's someone in Seattle who I don't like who lives there.
Oh, that makes sense.
So
Root of the problem has been found.
it just
Yes.
adds. No. It adds on to the actual the shit. The city's a
Oh,
shit show.
you know what? I actually know the story too.
Yeah, there you go. So listen,
The
we'll skip
car
it.
story.
yeah, we don't need to get into that, but it's very stupid. And
No,
but
I
I've
know.
hated Seattle. I've hated Seattle far before that. Far before that. I've hated Seattle for the longest time, because there's another resident there who I very much dislike. So there's a handful up there that are pain in the ass people. The city's a pain in the ass. It's always fucking raining. It's fucking god awful. And the best thing that Seattle ever had was Ken Griffey Jr., A-Rod, Jay Buhner, and fucking Ichiro.
There you
And
go.
throw Edgar Martinez and Randy Johnson into that. After that, it's all been a shit
Yes.
show. Fuck them.
King
Go
Felix?
Niners. King Felix, phenomenal, by the way. Yes, sir.
Underrated.
Go Purdy Niners.
All right.
Now, next matchup, we got Cam Ward and the Titans heading into Denver to play the Broncos. Broncos favored by 8.5, over under 42.5. This is Michael Brown and Sean Brown's game. I know they're just waiting to see this game and see how it turns out.
This is like the worst matchup, for Cam Ward. Cam Ward has done everything right, has said everything right, has the respect from his teammates, is the first guy in, the first guy, the last guy out. There's just one problem, is that the roster around him is not very good. The Broncos might have the second best pass rush. You have MVP at cornerback. You have, the Samoan, what's his name, from San Francisco now at safety over there, Hufunga. I mean, you have is Greenlaw over there now. I mean, it's just fucking wild how good this defense can be. But Rafa, you have to stay true to Bo Nix and your hatred for sophomore. I mean, how much hate did we get on our predictions when we didn't involve the Broncos?
Yeah, everybody loves the Broncos. Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, Broncos are
Everybody loves them.
Everybody loves the Broncos, which is why I dislike the Broncos. That and Bo Nix's sophomore year. But that defensive unit could be the best defense in the league.
Could be.
I took them as my survivor pick this week because there's no way in hell that I think at home against a rookie quarterback with that defense, they should not beat this team by 10 points. I'm actually going to blue chip the Denver Broncos minus the 8.5. I think they win this game easily. I think probably going to get a defensive touchdown or two, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, you're handing the ball off to Spears. Who's Cam Ward throwing the ball to?
Spears out, actually.
Oh my gosh.
He might be out.
Yeah.
I'm not buying the Bronco hype either, Matthew Rocha. Everyone loves them. And when everyone loves a team like that, it usually doesn't work out.
Yep.
So, but and the other thing is Bo Nix isn't any other sophomore quarterback. He's like 32 years old. The motherfucker's like 40. So
yeah.
He's not it, but that defense is amazing. They drafted another corner. No, they had a hell of a draft. They did a great job. So I think I like Denver. I think blue chip Denver Broncos this week minus the 8.5. I think they win this game. Fuck, they can win this game by 20, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And just to back that up, there have been 28 quarterbacks taken with the number one pick since the merger in 1970. In their first start, they're 5-22-1 straight up and 8-20 against the spread.
And the last one to start week one
Caleb
was
Williams.
I thought Kyler Murray. It was Caleb Murray.
No, Caleb started last year.
Yeah, it's Caleb.
Geez. Okay. Before that. It's they have no choice. They have to start.
Caleb also didn't cover the spread, I remember.
No, he did not.
I can't wait to get to that game.
Next up, we got the Houston Texans going into Los Angeles to play the Rams. Rams -3 over under 44. Apparently, Matthew Stafford should be good to go for week one. So we'll see if he can last the full game. Apparently, he's going to have to take epidural shots to stay good.
I like the Rams, Eddie. What do you think?
I listen. I have Rams as a dark horse to be in the Super Bowl. I don't think. Listen, they have all the tools. I love Kyron Williams. I love Puka. I think Da. It's a great matchup. But I do think Houston has improved, and I've been watching a bunch of interviews with CJ Stroud. He looks weirder than usual.
Oh,
It's very odd. His look, it's throwing me off. I do like Chubb. I think Chubb has a chip on his shoulder. Uh, Obviously, I love Nico. I love that defense. With the spread, I would take Houston with the points.
I like the Rams defense, and I cannot forget what I saw from CJ Stroud last year in that pocket. It's just hard for me. I need to see it. I need to see him evolve.
Understandable.
I know they won a playoff game, and he didn't look good in that playoff game that they won.
Understandable.
So I'm going to lean towards Rams. I'm going to go Rams here in this one.
Does Matt Stafford, because it's happened everywhere, does Matt Stafford feel the pressure to look DA's way? Is that
No, I think DA's at a point where and Matthew Stafford's you're coming into play, with Matthew Stafford, a guy who's won a Super Bowl, a guy who played with Calvin Johnson, a guy who's had Cooper Kupp and Puka.
yeah.
I like Matthew Stafford. I think DA understands how good Stafford is, and he understands that Stafford's going to make the right read
Yeah.
90% of the time.
Yeah.
And so he's going to make the right decisions. I don't see it. And DA's at a different point in his career than he was in, his first year out of Green Bay, right? So
Yeah.
I like the Rams defense, though, Eddie. I think that's a phenomenal unit. I think that's another unit that could be in the top 10 this year. That defensive side of the ball for the Rams. So
Yeah, no, that's probably my. And I don't think they're gonna win. I just like with the points. I know that's weird. I agree with everything you said. I don't know why. Maybe because
you're still going Texans. It's all good.
Last afternoon game, we have the Lions going into Green Bay. Green Bay favored by 2.5. Over under 47. Big game. Everyone is looking forward to start off the year.
Oh man, I got some good stuff on this game. I got some good stuff on this game. So, Calvin Shepard, the new defensive coordinator, Aaron Glenn gone to the Jets. The one thing I looked up with Jordan Love is that he's very bad against man-to-man defense. And I have the numbers. Against man last year, he was 56% completion rating. Okay. He had a 20% off target. He averaged only 6.9 yards a completion. Now, that being said, who plays the most man for the last 2 years in the NFL? That's Detroit Lions. And I think they played man like 75%. And if you think about it, when the Lions played Washington, it makes perfect sense. Why did Jaden Daniels tear up the Lions? Because they were in man-to-man. And when your guys are in man-to-man, their heads are churned. And Jaden Daniels just kept on taking out for 20 yards a pop. Okay? This is a Jordan Love struggles. And listen, if I know the numbers, they know the numbers. So I think you can't change the game plan. You have to go man-to-man. I think Aiden Hutchinson is going to be frothing at the mouth. He's from Michigan and Detroit. Where's our guy at? Mr. McBoob. I know there's a ton of hype around the Packers right now. Micah 100% is going to play. And I know, Rafa, you said you wouldn't have played him tomorrow, but he has 3 or 4 more days. We've seen him at practice. He's getting a shot. So with that being said, I'm taking the Lions. That's my little analysis on the game.
I'm gonna blue chip the Detroit Lions here.
Woo!
I'm gonna blue chip the Detroit Lions on the road. I don't think. I listen. I said it last week. If Parsons signed, whether it was with Dallas or with anybody, that I wouldn't play him week 1 because we know that he's hurt. You're gonna put him on a shot. You're gonna maybe play 70% of the snaps, right? They lost their starting defensive tackle in the trade for Micah, right? A guy who was probably their best defensive lineman until Micah arrived and.
A wrestling state champion from California,
a big boy. So, and the other thing is too, last year, Detroit swept this series. Detroit's 5-1 in their last 6 against Green Bay. All right, 5-1, and that 5-1 since the Lions have kind of become something of one of the elite teams in the league, right? That we've seen these 11, 12 win seasons, whatever it's 13 wins, whatever it's been. So to me, I take Detroit plus a 2.5. The 5-1 in the last 6. All the stats Eddie just gave you are very telling. And so we'll see. And also the wide receivers for Green Bay, what are we getting? You got a rookie. Is Dobbs the number 1? Is the rookie Golden the number 1? How good is Watson going to be coming back? There's just for this game, as good as Detroit has been against them.
Yeah,
that's why I'm leaning to. That's why I'm taking Detroit. Dan Campbell is basically owning Green Bay right now at this point. So 5-1 in the last 6. We're going to take the Lions plus 2.5 on Sunday afternoon.
Dude McBoob with some great analysis here. Another CIA interference. The Lions about to win their first Super Bowl for Detroit. Suddenly, the defensive tackle Pro Bowler from Michigan gets injured.
Oh man! Wow,
I love it.
Deep state shit. I love it.
Shit. I love it. McBoob is fucking deep knowledge.
And listen, I'll give you the other side of Jordan Love. Against zone, he's 68%. He averages 8.7 yards a pass, and he's only 10% off target. So it's a thing. It's a thing. And I think Jordan Love is a top 12 to 15 quarterback. But I think like Rafa gave the numbers, Dan Campbell and he knows what to do against. And Aiden Hutchinson, come on, man. This kid, he's going to be on fire. Oh, God.
His leg wasn't broken. He was shot.
Back into the left. Into the left.
Oh,
I fucking love it. Let's go Lions plus 2.5. That is your blue chip for Sunday afternoon.
I think we got a fan for life. I think after we just picked the Lions here, I think Dude McBoob will be here.
Let's
headed into Sunday Night Football. Biggest game of the week. Ravens -1 going into Buffalo to play the Bills. Over under 50.5.
Dude, how good is this game going to be?
So good.
This game is going to be so good. What I think are the number 1 and number 2 quarterbacks in the league, right? Going back to last year, there is no doubt about it. That Ravens defense. I mean, the draft was phenomenal. Getting the kid from Marshall late. Later, the early rounds,
another safety from Georgia.
The safety from Georgia, the Ravens do all the right things in the front office. They just signed Kyle Hamilton. I mean, they've done right by their players for the most part. Derrick Henry, Lamar Jackson. I love Josh Allen. The receivers are not what people think they are, but I think they're better than what people believe they are in Buffalo. Dalton Kincaid, Dawson Knox, Coleman, yada, yada, yada. The fucking Ravens, I believe, are the best team in the NFL. And listen, on the road, favored by 1 when you're always getting 3 points. If this game was in Baltimore, Vegas is telling you the Ravens are better than the Bills by 4 points. I'm telling you the Ravens are better than the Bills by 4 points. I'm taking the Ravens on Sunday Night Football and Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, and the boys. Blue chip, the Baltimore Ravens on Sunday night. I believe this team will threaten the Miami Dolphins at some point. Whoever's left of that Dolphins team, Eddie, I'm telling you, whoever's
Miami
still alive,
Dolphins,
the Miami Dolphins undefeated team, All right.
Oh,
You know how they have a party? They will be threatening that Dolphins team at somewhere sitting at like 15-0. This Ravens team can be the best team ever. I'm
I was
telling
gonna
you.
say the Miami PD threatens the Miami Dolphins every fucking week. If that's the case, I mean, so I agree with you. Isaiah Likely not playing. That's
No.
a big deal. That's a
Yes.
big deal. Let's not forget, we're a dropped pass, 2-point conversion, and that ball was right on the money. That Oklahoma tight end dropped. Mark Andrews. He's gonna have a chip on his shoulder.
Oh yeah.
My issues, my man crush in the NFL is Josh Allen. Who's their number one receiver, Rafa? Who's their number one receiver? I wrote down their
They just signed Gabe
receivers.
Davis again.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, there
like,
we go.
like today, they signed him today. So let me tell you, everyone thinks Kenyon Coleman from Florida State is going to be their number one. He didn't even have 31 receptions last year. I'll tell you who was their leading receivers last year. That's Shakir had 76 receptions, the guy in the slot. Okay. Kenyon Coleman, under that. Kincaid had 44 receptions. And Cook was their third leading receiver with 32 receptions.
Out the
I'm not convinced that Kenyon Coleman is that dude yet. And until that, I think they're asking way too much of Josh Allen. And I think you said it last week, Rafa. You nailed it last week with Rafa that Josh Allen, they're telling him you can't be Superman until it gets cold, and we need you to run. So, I mean, Ravens are stacked. And for the record, you don't think that Lamar Jackson is a little pissed off? Lamar Jackson lost the MVP, had better numbers last year than he did when he won it. We're talking about 41 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, and 1,000 yards rushing. And that Vato didn't win the MVP. If I'm I saw Lamar in an interview. I was gonna say something very racist. And he looks pissed. He looks pissed. I was gonna say it looks like he just robbed the liquor store. He looks pissed. He looks pissed. And I would be pissed too if I had 41 touchdowns, 4 picks, and ran for 1,000 yards, and you didn't give me the MVP. Oh man,
he didn't win the MVP because Josh Allen did more with less, a lot less, and you alluded to it with the roster again this year, where Josh Allen doesn't have what Lamar has or what Burrow has. He doesn't have any of that. I mean, so I just, for me, I think the Ravens, like you said, I mean, they got a chip on their shoulder. Mark Andrews has to remember that drop there.
Oh, he has to be pissed.
I mean,
100%.
that's got to sting, right? Lamar not winning the MVP, and he should understand why he didn't win the MVP because Josh did a little more with less, right? And the numbers were almost even. 41 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, phenomenal, right? Josh carried a team with not a very good defense, not what the Ravens defense is. And no weapons on the offensive side of the ball. I mean, the Ravens have
Shakir was their number one receiver.
Imagine, yeah, you just said it. Their running back was their third leading receiver. Yeah. So, and Lamar's always been giving these first round receivers, Zay Flowers, Bateman, who you don't like, Odell, et cetera, et cetera. But so for me, I really believe that this year is the Ravens' time to shine. This is it. This is it, and it starts week 1 in Buffalo. I think they were gonna put the fuck to Buffalo, and not put the fuck, but I think they're gonna win I think they're gonna win this game by more than 4. To be honest with you, Lions won. I'm taking the Ravens. Blue chip them. Everything was said. We love Josh Allen on this show. Everybody knows I love Josh Allen. Eddie loves Josh Allen. I think this Lamar team, though, I think is stacked, and I think the defense is going to be very impressive this year.
Yeah, you're talking about a Harbaugh. You can't get any more motivation, right? You can't build a roster better than they have right now. No. It's very difficult to build a roster in the NFL. And Lamar Jackson, who I said a couple of weeks ago was there was whispers that he wanted to get paid. He came out and said today, like, I'm not worried about my contract. He wants to fuck. He's pissed. He's pissed. They want to fucking win. And you have King Henry and the starting corner that Buffalo just fucking drafted in the first round. He's hurt. And Tre'Davious White from LSU, older. He's not 100% healthy. They're hurting at corner. They have Bosa now in Buffalo. Can he stay healthy? They have pieces as well. I don't love the receiving core. As good as Josh Allen is, I don't love the receiving core. And Kincaid hasn't been what he was in Utah.
Yeah, well, we thought he was going to be. He hasn't been.
He just hasn't.
Yeah.
So, is that it?
One more.
We got one more.
One more.
Okay.
Matthew Roach also said the Ravens start off hot, and he asked, "Where's the coach from?" Dude McPhoo goes, "Yes, the Ravens and Georgia have a tight connection, especially when Ray Lewis goes to its nice clubs." But Monday Night Football, last game of Week 1, we got the Minnesota Vikings favored by 1.5 with J.J. McCarthy going into Chicago to face Caleb Williams. Over under 44.
I love this game.
I know how high you are on Minnesota.
I am.
You're very high on Minnesota. I am the opposite of that. Because of JJ, and I like the coach. Listen, Jordan Addison's out week 1 or for the first 3 weeks. They have older running back. TJ Hawkinson, very good tight end. Justin Jefferson, second best receiver in football. He could be the best. I don't know. Between him and Jamar Chase, doesn't matter which one you take. But I'm gonna go with the Bears here at home. I'm gonna go with the Bears, my underdog pick of the week. I'm gonna take the Bears at home in a close one. And I don't think it's gonna be a high scoring game. I see somewhere in the mid to high 30s. I think something like 17, 20 to 17, 17, 14, something like that.
I'm about to blow your mind, Rafa.
Let's hear it.
Some crazy fucking stats. So listen, Ben Johnson, it goes into the same division, right? He knows Brian Flores' defense. Brian Flores, we both agree, best defensive mind in the NFL right now. Minnesota's defense was incredible. And for the reason you said that you don't love J.J. McCarthy is the reason I think J.J. McCarthy is going to be a top 8 quarterback in the NFL this year, is because look what he did with Sam Darnold. I was a Sam Darnold fan. I wanted him to start over Brock Purdy. If Kevin O'Connell can do what he did to Sam Darnold and got him paid $22 million a year or whatever the fuck he's getting in Seattle, in your favorite city, I honestly believe he's going to work magic with J.J. McCarthy. And I was never a huge J.J. McCarthy guy, but I think he is right now. I mean, there's Andy Reid, right? There's some quarterback gurus, LaFleur, really good. But I think Kevin O'Connell, what he did with Sam Darnold to change his career and put a system around him, I think he's going to do it with J.J. McCarthy. Now, let's get back to this. Brian Flores blitzes more than anybody in the NFL. It's a stat. You have to think that he is licking his chops. What does Caleb do in the pocket more than anybody? He panics, which would make you think that this, if you tip the scales, the advantage to Minnesota, because they're going to get after Caleb and they're going to make him nervous, and Caleb's going to make stupid throws and doing the whoop-de-whoops and what he did at SC when he got pressured. But in the last 2 years, Ben Johnson, as the OC for the Lions, averaged 39 points against Brian Flores. If anyone in this conference knows how to beat a Brian Flores defense, it's Ben Johnson. And that's why Well, I guess I'm agreeing with you. That's why I think the Bears have a shot here. But
I think
I
the Bears
just-
win the game outright, Eddie.
that's wild.
I think the Bears win the game outright.
Blue chip?
I really do. JJ's gotten what, 20 snaps in the preseason, 15 snaps.
True.
Coming off an injury, you're gonna have, you're gonna be missing your very good number 2 receiver.
Yeah.
So I mean, listen, on the road in Chicago on Monday night, lights bright as can be, for your first start on the road. I don't know. I can see a low scoring, tight game. I'm gonna give the edge to the Bears and Ben Johnson. I really am. I just this first go round.
Wow. All right.
Are you blue chip in the Bears, Rafa?
Yeah, we're gonna blue chip the Bears.
Man. Yeah, Brian Flores is going to throw the kitchen sink. But like Ben Johnson knows it's coming. And he knows exactly what's coming, right? He's just hoping the kid panics. Oh,
Good
God.
McBoot says McCarthy could throw for 70 touchdowns this season again if the CIA doesn't. He goes, and if anyone knows how to run a triple reverse pass on 4th and goal from the 1 yard line, it's Ben Johnson. Yeah, he's a little arrogant with his play calling is the only issue I have. But you got a quarterback with a big old arm, and I think the Bears are going to prevail in this one. I really do.
I think DeAndre Swift is finally going to live up to some potential. I really do. They've upgraded the O-line, and I think DeAndre Swift has always been talented. It's just fallen short.
And the Bears have pieces, man. I mean, they have some pieces. Let's see if they can get it together. 2
good tight ends. I think Loveland's going to be great.
100%.
Komet, I have 2 really good tight ends. So I think they'll both have good games.
They have 2 really good tight ends, 2 really good receivers. The defense, they have one of the 3 or 4 best corners in the league. I mean, listen, they have players, and they have players, and they've built this roster since before they drafted Caleb on offense for him to be able to succeed. And now you brought in a coach that did wonders with revitalize fucking Jared Goff. So
yeah. The thing is, Goff knows how to run that system, Rafa. He was can Caleb conform and play more like Jared Goff? That's going to be the question.
We'll see. It's going to be a great week 1 of the NFL.
Yes, sir. That's our week 1 breakdown, guys.
So pumped up, guys. So any last words, guys? We got to give. Can we give like a sticker, like a star to dude?
Do the big boob for
Good McBoob, Matthew Rota, phenomenal tonight.
Yeah, just great. You 2 guys were great. Rick, Uncle Zero, even Will Hanley came in.
Zero cool.
Yeah. Oh, I think Zero cool, or they wanted to talk
as well.
B-Tap. Prayers out to B-Tap. Bosco, St. John Bosco has a big game coming up against St. Francis team from Maryland. They're going to have to prove, because I think Maryland's the 3rd ranked team in the country. That's going to be a great high school football game. Mater Dei is going to Hawaii, or no, Hawaii's coming here. Kokua or Kokui, whatever the hell it is, they're coming here. Football's in here it is, guys.
Full swing, and it's starting off hot.
We're all about it. So many great games. If we could find a way to go live, after some, maybe a Saturday or Sunday, just for a half hour, just to talk some shit, I would love to do that. I just want to thank everyone. Rafa, any last words? Any shout out?
Enjoy the weekend. Enjoy the games.
Yeah, don't be a loser. Don't be a loser. Stick to your units. If you have a small unit, use it wisely.
Are we still talking about gambling?
Eddie Money, you made it through. Eddie Money, you made it through the whole show with that hat on. I was staring.
Brutal.
I was staring at it. Yeah, it matched with the Ray Lewis jersey, but very distracting. Very distracting.
Matthew Rocha said we should call a high school game. That would be fire.
Oh yeah, I would. Yeah,
That
We
would
would
be
need
wild.
some sort of filter.
Dude Maboob says, and when I leave, come together like butt cheeks.
Let's,
Dude
dude. I,
Maboob
we,
was great.
dude, reach out to us. Go to Instagram. Let us know. I want to send you something for being such a great sport. Send us your book. Send us your porn videos on VHS.
And he wants to review some film.
unless
Then
it's gay porn. Yeah.
he's
I like-
definitely reviewing film.
Then he'll pass it on to Jay.
Yeah. I'll pass that on. I know someone who's very interested in that.
Next Wednesday, 6 o'clock, boys.
He said
Yes,
he does
next
not have
Wednesday.
an Instagram.
Hey,
Yeah,
that's
of course.
smart. And CIA
course.
guys don't have it.
That's true.
Very smart.
Yeah.
Send us a message on here on YouTube. I think we can see it.
Yeah.
Eddie Money will reach out to you.
Yeah, we'll get you something for your great content. We could write a book out of your comments that you sent us today. But that's what
Yeah.
the show's about. We love the people. We love talking shit. Rafa gave you some amazing picks. I gave you absolutely nothing. And what's this motherfucker saying now, man?
My book is called Other People's Kids, and the tagline is "Dating a single parent can be effective."
Dude, this is fucking wild.
Too good.
Oh man.
Dude,
Too
I
good.
think we might have like I don't know.
Oh man.
I don't know. It's
Something
pretty
too
fucking
good.
fun.
All right,
Very
fellas.
good.
Have a good night.
All right, guys.
Hey,
We love
man.
you. See you next Wednesday. Good luck. Win some money, man.